Hello, welcome viewers. I am RxOliver and these are my friends, and we're back for session 19 of After the End for Ashes Without Number. I've got the whole crew with me tonight. It's Brian, Max, it's Dave, and it's our Games Master, Brian. Brian, take it away, mate.
All right, welcome back, everybody. 2 sessions left. Projected, probably on track for that.
Hopefully.
That's the first time we've mentioned
Yeah,
it
I
to the
think-
viewers, Brian.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Do you want to expand on that?
Well, viewers, we are projecting 2 more sessions for the end of the campaign, so this should be your penultimate session. So it is winding up to the big conclusion now, so time to get excited, folks.
Well, we're in the middle of the big conclusion, actually. If you'll recall, last week you reached the Lair of the Father, and you engaged in combat with a superior force. You're not alone. You have several of the Red Hand that have come to assist you, as well as Kent's people, which by and large will probably, I think we already know, become your people, but as it stands, they are Kent's people. And you have broken up into squads of 5 people, well, and a dog each. And so you have a force of 20. However, you were informed that you were outnumbered as you entered into the Father's Lair. So you've been dealing with that. The first couple of rounds of combat were... Well, actually, I think we're in the middle of the second round, if I recall correctly. Because we finished... Yeah, because we finished last session at the top of the enemy's turn in the second round. So I get to start, which should be fun. But yeah, so you battle was met. You have already taken down several people. I don't recall off the top of my head, so I'm not going to give cute little vignettes. But all told, your combined force have already terminated 2 of the Father's hounds. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5.
Chud, I think.
5 of the Father's children. Of you don't know what type of child they are exactly, because there's probably a couple of different kinds here, but 5 of them and 4 Chud crushers, the strange looking ones that are larger than the others, but also look not like they themselves are larger, but like there's maybe 1 or 2 people at some point fused together to become these strange things. So you took down 4 of those, and you took down 7 of the more average Chuds in various states of, I think it's safe to say at this point, mutation into becoming what they are. On your side, however, there was also a casualty from... Whose team is that?
Not one of mine.
From Charlemagne's team. You lost Shiv.
Oh, did we? I better...
Yeah, Shiv got disintegrated. He got disintegrated.
Yeah, Shiv got partially disintegrated. Yeah, for sure. One of the Red Hand, for those who are unfamiliar with Shiv, don't worry, he didn't have a significant backstory. He's just troops to help you guys.
He had a wife and
He's
9
lucky.
kids.
Yeah, wife and 9 kids. Wow, that he's still providing for back with the Red Hand faction. Well, they're going to be very sad.
His wife's got no arms. Fuck knows how she's going to feed those kids now.
Jeez. Okay.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it is a post-apocalypse, right? So no arms, ridiculous. Okay, so that's where we find ourselves, and as I said, at the top of the turn of the Father's people. So I will go ahead and start rolling with them.
You need to change maps.
Nope.
I don't have that map.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was looking at it just to kind of do some mental prep. I forgot that I didn't activate it for you guys. So I will change up our music back to our battle music.
Yes.
And activate the father's lair.
And we're paused as well.
And we are no longer paused. Thank you.
Sweet.
Okay. So, back to
battle.
the top of the list of the father. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can move him first.
I need to reassess. Where am I? That's Nikoyo. And I'm here. And I've got Albert there. And that's it. That's my team. Nikoyo, me, and Albert.
Speaking of Nikoyo, this... Why can I not move? There we go. This Hound of the Father comes running around.
Oh.
And that one, I suppose, will also attack her. Or no, actually, I'm going to have the one that's up on the crates attack Abigail, I think. And then we'll have the fresh one attacking Koyo. Alright, so we'll start against Abigail. This hound lunges at you. Are you... I forget. Are you actually on top of the crates or dumpsters there, or are you just kind of huddled up next to it?
Sort of up next to it.
Okay, so the dog is on top, and so is snapping at your upper body.
Ha!
Oh, and misses horribly.
can
And the
roll
dogs
those.
don't...
You can roll those all day,
The dogs...
Brian.
Yeah, right? The dogs don't have any shock, so... Excuse me, you don't have to worry about that. Alright, then the other dog is going to lash out at Nkoyo as it comes around the pillar.
Ha! You can't just
Apparently
keep
I
rolling
can't
those
roll
all
those
day,
all
mate.
Nice.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay. Now, there are still two other dogs. They're over on this side. So I think we're going to have... Looking at your disposition there and the fact that there's fire right there, we're going to have them advance on that group down below. And we will have the first one attack whoever that is.
I think that was Kent.
Their name.
I think that's Kent.
We've got Kent.
Oh, is that Kent?
Yeah, that's Kent.
Yeah, that's
Piotr,
Kent.
Kent, Piotr, and John.
Okay, so Kent and Piotr are going to be attacked by the dogs. First Kent. 14, I believe, is going to miss Kent.
He's AC 15.
Come on.
Yep. And the second dog, attacking
Ooh.
Piotr, will strike. For a total of 3 damage
it's only
on
3.
Piotr. As
Okay.
it nips at his, probably his, like, shin or thigh.
Yep.
You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Okay, that's it for the dogs.
He might live.
Then we
You'll
have
be fine.
children. Okay, that guy, and that guy, right? Okay, so they are going to... yep, him and him as
They're
well.
inside
Okay.
the train car, aren't they?
They are. So, I have to apologize for my nose. I've been having some kind of weird allergy stuff all morning.
No worries, mate.
Oh, you're good, dude. Everybody gets sick.
Okay, so we're gonna have them shuffle out and kind of take a little bit of cover. Do they have that? Yeah, they do. Okay, so he's gonna go here. He'll sneak in behind him. He's gonna come around to here. There, trying to stay out of the fire. And there's gonna be
Fire.
one kind of in the open.
Ooh, they're lighting up nicely for another Molotov splash, like.
No, actually,
does,
that's just half of their move, and they have melee weapons, so they have to continue moving because they have no targets.
Yeah.
So,
Does Charlemagne have one?
Charlemagne's got one left, so the rest of my guys don't, but Charlemagne's got one Molotov.
I'm saying you could always hit him
he has
right
some
behind
speed
that.
to clamber up on there.
Oh, they're a bit close to Jacob there, I don't like that.
Hey, that's just where he decides to go. Because he was trying to throw it in there to hopefully maybe get some of them burning. That was his try.
Okay, then we have this guy who's right next to Abigail. He's going to lash out at Abigail with a club. And miss, I believe. Is that correct for Abigail? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
correct.
he lashes at you. You are going to take 1 point of shock damage, though.
Okay.
Which is nothing to Abigail at this point.
It's a tickle. As for hers, it's just a tickle.
Yeah, really? It
is a
really
tickle.
is.
Abigail's the hardest guy in this group, 100%.
100%. That guy actually has the distance to move up and lash out at Charlemagne.
May God strike you down. Ooh.
He does manage to hit, and
Yep.
unless Charlemagne has a trauma target higher than 6,
Where do I see my trauma target?
Ooh,
should be next to your hit points and everything on your character sheet.
Hit point.
Yeah, it's the bottom. It's under the.
You're
trauma
at 7
target
actually,
7,
because you're
trauma
wearing a
target
vest,
7,
so
yeah.
you're good.
So do I
All
just
right,
take
so you
1 damage?
you're gonna take just 1 point of damage as his club
Dude,
just
that's
kind of
great. I like. Yeah, I like to
weakly
get that little bit.
hits your chest.
You take 1.
Okay, so that was the last of them. Now we get to the Chuds. Oh, right.
Well, I'm glad the
right.
fire's
Okay,
right
so-
there because it gets a little bit that right there. It's a fire. So the king.
Yeah, the fire definitely poses some issues. I will say that.
It's stopping you getting
I
surrounded
got
right
that.
now.
Okay, so this one. Move up. Oh yeah, okay. So he's gonna have cover. Actually, this guy's gonna continue moving. So the group down south sees this Chud Crusher come around the corner, illuminated by the puddle of fire that's there.
Which means it's
and-
probably squinting its eyes against the sudden light.
It is, actually. And so it kind of deviates and moves over to the side. But what you may not see, but you will see relatively quickly, is there are 2 children of the father that have taken cover. One at this corner, and one at this pillar.
Oh,
And
are they the special ones? Yay!
They
Asses.
are going to attack. So the first one will attack the first in line, which is Kent. Well, I don't know if anybody's gonna see them at this point, so
This is a big pile of debris, isn't it?
It is. So you guys over here won't see it. Do we have any PCs down there? Or is that all
No, they're all
NPCs?
NPCs. They're
No.
all NPCs.
All
Yeah,
NPCs.
all
Okay,
the PCs
so-
are green ones. So we're over on this
We've
side.
got
Oh,
Fallout.
right.
Fallout counts as a PC.
Fair enough. My
Nice.
point
Yeah,
is,
well, he
is that
kinda got- he
like
had
you
the body
guys won't
blocking
be
him.
seeing this from your perspective, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Okay, so he's gonna attack Kent and hit.
Oh, I don't like that.
That's not nice.
Good job we
At
didn't
least it's
hit
not
the
the
trauma
27.
target. Yeah.
It's still not the 27, so.
Yeah, that would have killed Kent.
Yeah.
Well, I would have killed most
Okay.
of us.
9 hit points.
And then they don't really have a line on
Pewter?
Piotr, so actually he's going to take a shot at Blade.
No, Blade's not one. Oh, no, Blade is one of mine.
That should miss, eh?
We'll see. What's Blade's AC?
AC
Oh, yeah, 15.
15. Yep.
Okay, so you may notice some strange sounds and lights coming from that direction, but you don't really see where they came from or exactly what's going on because there's so much chaos happening at this point. Okay, so they have moved. And that leaves these Chuds. There's 3 there. Where's this one? Oh, there. Gosh, my eye's watering up all of a sudden. Like, I was fine before he started.
You need a break,
One
bud?
second.
Yeah, just let us
no,
know if you need a break.
Hang on, I'm just gonna turn off my camera for a second so you don't have to see this, and mute myself for one moment.
Clear the pipes.
Yeah, technical error.
Yes, technical malfunction on the DM.
Yeah, he'll be back in a second, folks.
Man. It's funny, we grouped a bunch of the NPCs go in there, and the rest of the other guys are like, all right, we gotta wipe these guys out, and then just like, oh, most of them died. It's like, well, whatever's left, we can kill them. So my plan is to get one of my guys and just throw a Molotov on some of these things.
Yeah, I'm thinking if we can get one in there somewhere.
Like about there.
We can kill that one, but what I'm worried about is the one up there, the one that has the mutation that's hiding in the subway.
You mean the one that I'm aiming my rifle?
Yeah, Tim's got him.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. Tim's got him in his sights.
Yeah, so we got the other two on the other side.
Everything is under control. Tim's got him in his sights.
Okay,
No,
my
I'm a
malfunction
window
is dealt with for the moment. So I was on Chud's. Okay, so there's a big fire right there. He can't really get to anybody. So he's actually going to run away from the fire.
Run away, Chuddy boy, run away.
Daddy, fire!
Oh, the father's not going to be
This
pleased with him.
one,
No, he's
There.
not.
I mean, they're Chuds, so he doesn't really control them, as it were.
They're just goons just there.
They're the cannon fodder.
I wonder what they get out of the relationship with the father.
Food.
Must be, yeah.
So, we will say, Charlemagne and Jacob, you guys can make a notice test.
Okay.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Notice.
On intelligence or wisdom?
Wisdom probably for this.
Good, because it's a
Okay.
lot better for me.
8.
7.
So, unless you want to re-roll, Charlemagne's not going to notice.
Is it worth a reroll? I only get one per session.
Oh,
for
you
me.
can't re-roll, actually, because it's for you.
Well, I've got
You
two
can't
different.
use Comrade on yourself.
I've got another thing though. I've got something fortune, survivor's fortune, where I can reroll
Oh, no,
if a
you've
bad
got,
thing
like,
happens
Veterans
to me.
Fortune.
Yeah, it's like if a bad thing
This
happens
isn't a bad
to
thing
me.
happening to you. This is just you feeling a skill roll. So
Okay,
that's not
yeah,
the
you
same
can't.
thing.
I don't think I can reroll that.
So Jacob, you hear some rubble falling behind you,
Mm-hmm.
and as you probably, we'll say, you just glance over your shoulder, you see these Chud crushers coming up over the rubble, kind of squeezing themselves through some space between this massive rubble pile and the ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
and coming over the top of it. But that's where they stop for now.
Okay.
One Chud has come up into contact with John, so he's going to make an attack.
Oh, don't like that.
That will hit John. For 4
John's not
damage.
one of mine.
Clutch
No,
and
I'm
reach.
I got him.
John.
I already subtracted it. Or I tried to. I don't know why that didn't take. -4. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's it for those Chuds. That just leaves these guys. So we've got those two there who have actually acted already. We've got that one there and that one there. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so we'll start with the one that is facing Fallout. So he pulls a wicked blade and lashes out at Fallout with it. Missing, but dealing 2 points of shock damage. Whoever's controlling Fallout, subtract 2
I got it.
points there.
Thanks,
I got
Max.
it. Absolutely.
And then from the train,
Ah, there's movement in that window that I'm
Listen.
targeting.
you see movement in the window.
Listen, see if
I shoot it.
Kill him.
see if Brian's characters or Max's characters or Dave's characters or even Charlemagne die, it's fine. But you kill that dog and we're no friends anymore. Like,
Hey man, don't have the dog run up into combat. Is what I'm saying.
I'm jesting. No one gets plot armor
I know you're-
on this channel. No plot armor on
Nope.
this channel.
So, Tim, go ahead and make that shot at what you see in the window. I'm gonna apply a penalty of -2 for the small window.
Fair
But
enough.
since you're waiting until they pop into view, they're not gonna. You'll be able to hit them, so you won't take like an armor penalty.
remember,
It's just
comrades.
against their AC.
Remember, comrade, everybody gets 1 reroll per session, each character.
Get a space for your list ready.
I've got one ready.
Okay, so a 16 is gonna hit.
Yes, Dave.
13 damage.
Too bad you
Nice.
didn't hit that trauma target.
Ooh, 39.
That would have been good.
That would have been the highest hit.
It's
the highest.
it's the trauma damage.
trauma hit so
I take
far.
it the trauma's just triple the damage, is it?
Well, it depends on the weapon. Some are double,
Yeah.
some are triple.
Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay. So that's
Some are
triple
times
13 though,
4.
isn't it? Are they?
Okay, so I have subtracted those hit points.
Nice, Tim. Very nice.
So after
Not-
he
not-
gets shot,
But
you
not
hear
enough.
him. You hear him screech, yell, shout. Screech isn't the right word. He's human, but he does level his arm at you. Where are you? Oh yeah, you're all the way down there, but you're up high. And now you can see that the greenish pulse of energy comes out of some kind of orifice
Ooh.
on the palm of his hand. Orifice is the only word I can give you. It's wet and slick and kind of opens as this stickly green plasma-ish ray fires at Tim.
Tim's just been shot by a hand Gina.
No kidding.
Oh, I don't think the take 13 hit.
No, 13's not
Luckily,
gonna
that
hit.
misses.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, because that's a 6 on the trauma target. I don't know if you've got armor on for that, but yeah, he misses. And then you see him
I-
disappear.
Well, luckily my trauma target was 7.
Oh, nice. Then you see him disappear, and he appears to have moved away from the window.
Wise choice.
Okay. That's them. So top of the round is Abigail's group.
Oh, Abigail, you're going to slaughter some stuff.
Abigail. Make way for
I said,
Abigail.
get Axe up there. Get Axe up there. He's all by himself. He's like, I want to kill stuff.
Where is Axe?
Uh-huh.
That's
Eeny,
Mace
meeny,
areas,
miny,
my
moe.
boy.
Which one? Yeah, let's go after
He
this,
can get up there.
this one.
Okay.
Go on, Abigail, yeah. Does that hit?
Oh.
Oh, whoops.
No.
It does. Yeah.
It actually hits? Wow.
It does. Now, this is the first time this has happened, so I'm going to point it out and highlight it for people who may be watching and for all of you. Abigail's damage was a 2. Didn't hit the trauma target, so you do 2 points of damage. However, that's one of the other benefits of melee combat. The 2 is lower than your shock damage with Abigail, so the shock damage applies.
Oh,
You
so that's-
automatically
so
do
that's a
3
3.
points of damage. Which is going to kill that child. So if you would like to describe that for us.
Ooh, good.
Oh, she hefts up the axe like she's going to bring it down on his head, but it slightly misses the head and hits it in the right shoulder and takes the arm right off.
Nice. Okay.
Very nice.
Excellent.
First blood
Okay,
for the
so-
session.
That is Abigail.
Okay, where are you, Axe? Where are you? There's Dagger. Where's Axe?
So I think if you go to the
Axe is
combat
down
tracker, I think if you go to the combat tracker, you can
there he
like
is.
Yeah.
He's here.
mouse over them and see where they are.
The axe is in the body with the 4 dead ones right there.
Yeah, he's down.
Oh yeah, here he is.
Dagger is next to Year Tim. Is next to Tim.
Did Axe see
Yeah.
those Chud crushers coming over the heap? Because
He would have done.
We can give him a roll.
That is.
Yeah, if you want to have him roll a skill roll for Axe to see if he noticed the Chud crushers. He did not.
No.
Would
No.
you like comrade on that, or are you saving it for something more important?
Oh, I'm saving that for myself.
No, every character gets one.
Every character we decided gets a use of combat.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Only
save that
one
for
roll.
something else.
Save it for an attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
right.
He's going
I
to.
think you probably can go with that one.
or he can,
Yep,
or he
he's-
can go and
Oh,
save
he's
four
gonna
there.
back up Charlemagne. Okay.
Yes, back up Charlemagne.
Appreciate it.
And swing at this guy.
Yep. It's a hefty hit.
Oh,
It's a hefty hit.
Oh, but still the 5 from the axe.
Means it'll
though.
do the 5 shock damage
So-
again.
And that's rare, but yeah, that's exactly what happens. You do hit the trauma target, so you do 4 points of damage. However, that's still less than his shock damage, so you do 5, which is enough to kill this child. So, would you like to describe Axe killing a child?
So he's
It's so
doing a-
funny that we're saying killing a
That
child.
is
I want to
child-
remind everyone who's
Child
watching.
of the father, not not a
They're-
literal
Yeah, but not
child.
kids.
No,
Not
how about
literal
the
children.
Cultists. They're killing the cultists.
Okay, we'll start calling them cultists from now on. That's
It's fine.
Yeah,
They're watching.
anyway,
Anyway,
cultist.
he does a backward swing, so he's coming opposite Charlemagne and gets him right where the rib cage ends and the hip starts in that middle part, and just
Ooh.
slices it right in.
excellent.
Right into the
Excellent.
liver and the
Okay.
kidneys and all the meat.
All the juicy stuff.
Yeah.
That still leaves you with Dagger, Zoe, and Alonzo.
I mean, would Alonzo and Dagger able to see this guys across or no?
I would say from Alonzo's position and the fact that he's kind of, I would imagine, sweeping the scene looking for targets, we
would
can
see
just
that,
say
right?
that he sees those crushers.
Okay. Well, Dagger's up there with him, so would he be able to see them?
Dagger is also using, he's got a scope crossbow, so he would have been doing the same thing. Yeah, he sees them.
So we'll go after this lower chud.
Unfortunately, though, no, that's he can shoot around the pillar. He's good. Yeah,
Yeah, just.
I would say that Dagger has a shot at the lower one, and Alonzo has a shot at the upper one.
The upper one. Okay, that works.
What does that hit?
12. That does not hit the Chud Crusher. It still kind of gripping the rubble, just
Would-
kind of shifts and dodges out of the way.
Shall we do daggers first?
do
We'll do a first comrade
do you
roll
have-
then.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
comrade roll
Okay.
that one.
Roll that again.
So just re-roll the d20.
Great.
Just roll a d20.
Because I mean, even if you do it, you might actually hit it.
Unlucky.
So, well, it depends. What's his bonus to
It's
hit?
12 again, I think, isn't it?
Is +6. That puts him at 15, which
Oh,
is a
it's
hit.
15. Nice. Go on.
So the trauma target is their trauma target is 6, so that is a trauma target hit. So he does a total of 9
9.
points of damage.
Nice.
As the crossbow bolt thuds into the chest,
Yeah.
but also kind of butt of this thing.
I don't even want to know.
That conjures an
Again,
image.
they look like they're more than one person fused together. So
Yeah. So,
okay, so that's Dagger. Oh, yeah. So
Get Alonzo.
And then Alonzo,
Still have Alonzo
goes
and
for the
Zoe.
upper one.
okay,
Alonzo goes for the upper. Not switchblade, Magnum.
Come on, come on, come on!
Oh my god, you can't do the trauma target though.
Not a trauma hit,
Shame
no.
he's not hit that
God.
trauma.
Oh god, that's
Oh, that would have been good.
So
Still
Alonzo's 357 barks,
boom.
and you strike this this thing in probably one of its 3 shoulders for 9 points of damage.
Come on.
Then
Both of those
Zoe
crushers
has-
seem
Oh,
not
keep going so
unfazed, but not terribly hurt, though. All right, so that leaves Zoe for Abigail's group. Jacob, you're on deck, so start thinking.
Oh no, I'm getting an idea what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
Good, because I've got no clue what I'm gonna do yet. Like, oh, Zoe, would you like to reroll that with Comrade? I think. you
yeah,
would,
Zoe's going to re-roll that one.
Well, again, she has shock damage. Also, you would have just re-rolled the d20, so we'll take that.
Yeah.
17. Doesn't hit the trauma target, but will do 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
In the future, just reconsider. Actually, I'm going to let you reconsider that completely. I'm going to delete that roll. Here's why.
Okay.
Because all you would have been able to re-roll is the d20 to hit.
You can't reroll the
Enough
damage.
And either way, you're doing 3 points of damage with Zoe. Because
So you can
she
save it?
rolled a 3,
That's true.
and her shock target is 3. So it wouldn't have mattered if you hit or not, if the damage stays the same, which it does.
Mhm.
So
Then we'll just go
yeah.
with the shock damage.
Yeah, so shock damage. Oliver, go ahead and give Zoe her comrade back.
Okay, so we're not using it. Okay.
Not using it for that one.
That actually makes
So
sense.
he takes 3 points of damage. Yeah, you don't want to waste a reroll on the same amount of
Same
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that is your group. Jacob's group is up.
Okay.
Okay, so
Jacob.
I'm gonna have Jacob, like as he sees those 2 and the other one 2 coming up, he is gonna back up here.
Hang on up, because I think we do have attacks of opportunity in this game.
I think we do.
I think we do. Careful.
Let's double check.
I've got a funny feeling we do.
I feel like that's the case because there's a fighting withdrawal action,
You might want to reconsider
which you would
that one,
normally
Max.
need to take.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to reconsider that move. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a fighting withdrawal, but it's the same thing. He probably wouldn't attack, but what is he's gonna yell to the rest of the guys he's with? He says, "There's chuds this way. We need someone to help deal with those."
Okay, so
So he
yeah,
just-
because a fighting withdrawal is actually a main action, you wouldn't be able to attack.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah. Well, I guess this is a fair time to bring up. So keep in mind, there is something called a snap attack, which is an instant action, which you can take in addition to making a fighting withdrawal, I
Yeah.
believe.
Okay.
Oh, instant actions are so quick they can even take place during another character's turn.
Okay.
So when do you get to do what?
Well, that's something new to I don't know.
Yeah, hang on, I'm reading it. Combat ready weapon, rush their attack. You must still have your main action impending or available, so you don't. So no, you can't do a snap
No,
attack.
that's totally fine.
I will let you reload your bow as a part
That's
of
what
that
I'm doing.
main action.
Yeah, so he's just reloading
shoot
it.
1, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, that's fine. You reload as you move away carefully, and then you shouted out your information. What's next?
So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Nodachi to help out Fallout there, and he's having his axe there, and he's gonna hack this guy
Oh no,
in half.
Dutchie.
Okay.
You better save that dog or you are fired. Oh my god, that's a reroll.
Okay.
Look at the traumatic hit damage, 40.
I mean,
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
hit
it's a
it,
2
yeah.
though.
Yeah, reroll that.
Still, 10 damage is significant.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
still-
so I will attempt that one. Let's see, I'll do
Just the D20.
D20.
Or you
plus
just
6.
automatically do 5 again.
Oh, right, yeah, or you could just do
It's your
5
call.
damage and save the reroll.
Okay.
That's-
Yeah. I
Take,
mean,
take the 5, save the reroll, mate. I
Take the
think.
shock
Okay.
damage. Okay.
Yeah, take the shock
Yep.
damage.
okay. Then I'm gonna have Blade move up here on top of that thing here. Sees these
Uh-huh.
bastards up here. He's gonna use his rifle to shoot the one below.
Nice, nice.
That one right there.
Oh, okay.
You rolled a
All
1
right.
and still got 5 damage. You can't really complain at that, like.
No, not at all, right? That's I kind of love shock damage in this game. It kind of scares
like
me
it.
too,
It's
but I kind of love it.
Take 15.
Oh, that's
sir.
gonna
Take
hit the
15.
trauma
Woo!
target. That's gonna hit the trauma target. Come on.
Ooh.
Blade sitting there, go. Let's rock.
Okay,
You
so
ugly
would you
mug.
like to describe Blade killing that crusher?
Yeah, so he's like, he hears that one. He's like, what? Oh, one of these other mugs. He jumps up there. He cocks his gun. And he sits there. It's like, not your day, ugly. And just shoots it right up through his head, takes his eye out, and then falls back dead.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, let's see. You got.
You got Fallout and Piotr.
Okay,
Peter and
so-
Fallout.
well, Piotr has his 2 Uzis. Hey, what's up, bastards?
Piotr is in hand-to-hand combat with 2 dogs. So
can he do
using
his?
ranged weapons in hand-to-hand is possible if you're skilled enough. He is just an NPC, though. He does not have that ability.
Can he switch over to his batons?
Yes. So if you have weapons equipped, if they're ready, you can switch between them as a part of your action and attack. It's fine.
Yeah, so he switches. So does he have 1 baton or 2 batons?
What does his sheet say?
I'm sure he dual wields something
So-
as a melee weapon as well, doesn't he? Or
So,
am I thinking of
he-
Nikoyo?
You're thinking of Nkoyo. However, Piotr, because of his level of skill, he only has 1 baton, but he still receives 2 attacks. Because that's part of his stat line.
Okay, so yeah, so he will do that. He will pull out his baton and first attack one of the dogs in front of him.
Okay. Yeah, that's not going to hit, but it will do 4 shock damage.
Okay, then he has the second one. He's gonna smack on the other dog.
Also does not hit, but does 4 shock damage.
No, that's fine.
So both of those dogs yelp as he just kind of boom, boom, strikes them one after the other, and they look pretty injured.
Okay.
If we're being honest.
Nice.
Okay,
Okay.
so that leaves
Then-
Fallout for you.
Fallout is gonna try to see if he can rip this guy's throat out.
Okay. Oh, that was almost a 20.
Almost.
Fallout,
So
my
a
boy.
10's
Would you
not
like a
gonna do
rollout?
it.
Would you like a reroll?
See, the question here is, does he want to reroll for just 2 extra points of damage? I don't know that. If it were, you guys do what you
No,
want.
yeah,
but
yeah,
if
you're
it were
right. 'cause
me,
he's automatically getting 3, isn't he?
yeah, he's automatically getting 3.
To potentially.
Yeah.
get
So
5
and what
with
it
a
is,
reroll.
I'm
Take the
gonna
3.
whistle. I'm gonna whistle Fallout away from the guy, and basically he's gonna run back behind Jacob.
So if he does that without a fighting withdrawal, he's gonna get a free attack on him.
Right. That's true. Okay, I'll leave him right there. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So that is your group. Charlemagne's group is up.
So, Charlemagne, Mason, Nikoyo. So let's go with Nikoyo first.
And Albert.
And Albert, yeah. No, because I'm Shiv. I'm not. Yeah, I'm Mace, Nikoyo, and Albert. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do them in any order.
Yeah. Any order.
I'm gonna go
It's
with
up to you.
I'm gonna go with Nikoyo first. So she's attacking with. She's got the 2 Wakizashi, doesn't she?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna attack the dog on the left first.
Okay.
She gets 2 attacks, doesn't she?
Our left, right? She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
oh,
So
damn,
she's gonna default to her shock damage for 4,
okay. And then I will.
and you just see a line of blood spray as she strikes it.
Does she
but
kill
it's
it?
still
I'm gonna go
moving.
for the same
No,
one
it's still
again then.
moving.
I'm gonna attack the same
Okay.
one again.
That's fine. Yeah, and that's definitely going to kill it. So go ahead and describe that for
Yeah.
us.
Okay, well,
Finally a good truck.
that's the 18 from the trauma, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, it was going to go down from
Yeah.
a
So,
miss
I would
as well.
say with
but
the
yeah,
first,
go ahead.
with the first whack is Ashes, she slices half its ear off and it yelps and turns its head the other way. And as it turns its head the other way, it turns right into the incoming swing through the neck, decapitated. Head rolls off.
Okay. Okay.
And Bart is less.
So that's in Koyo.
Nikoyo, right, so, who's next? Mace and Albert and...
Albert.
Yeah, okay, so where's Albert?
Right here.
Albert's
Behind
there.
the pillar.
What's
Yeah,
Albert
right
armed
pillar.
with? Albert's armed with a spear.
He's got a spear.
Albert's going to go to there and attempt to attack that one. The child
Okay.
here.
The cultist, sure.
The cultist. Nah, we kill children. It's fine. Albert's gonna. What's he gonna do?
Not worth it. It's 3 and 3. Not
It's
worth
3
it.
and 3. It's
Take
not
the
worth
shock
it. Yeah,
damage.
take the 3.
Yeah.
Okay, Albert's gonna hit him for 3.
So he does stab him in the torso, and it looks to generate a pretty significant bleeding wound, but he hasn't killed him.
Okay. So who? That was Albert. I've got Mace left, and then
You got Mace and Charlemagne. Yep.
Right, where is Macy boy?
Right over here. He's like all by himself.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All by myself. He's got a rifle.
Myself. So he's going to move to there. I'm just trying to get a clean shot on that Chud there.
Yep.
So would you say that's a clean shot? No, the pillar's right in the way there, isn't it?
Yeah, I would move either one forward or one diagonally
He's
forward.
going to take cover behind some bodies. That's what he's going to do. He's going to crouch down behind
He's
some
gonna
bodies.
drop prone and
Drop prone behind
Yeah.
his bodies. Yeah.
sure.
And then he's going to
Okay.
take a shot. Go on,
He's being
son.
extra with his movements.
11.
Oh man. Does 11 hit?
And 11 doesn't hit, and there's no shock damage for ranged weapons.
So that I am re-rolling.
Okay, just re-roll a d20 plus his bonuses, which are +6.
So it's d20 plus 6.
Yep.
There we go.
Oh.
Oh,
so
there you
5
go.
points of damage as a rifle shot barks from the direction of Mace. But this thing, like, it lurches back from the hit, but it is still mobile.
I thought,
Okay.
isn't it taking a 9 instead of 5?
What's that?
Hi, it's
Isn't it
taking,
taking
it's
9
taking 9
damage?
damage.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry, I misread that. It is taking 9. So tell us how Mace
Yeah.
kills it.
Oh, I would say
Good.
I'd say he hits it in the shoulder blade, but like a really, really good hit, so clean that you actually see the bone and the collarbone snapping, and just the amount of blood that hits.
Is it the same shoulder blade that already got hit, or one of the other two?
It's one of the other two.
Okay, gotcha.
And that was Mace. 2 seconds. I write notes. And that was the Chud he killed, wasn't it? Crusher.
The Chud Crusher, yeah.
Yeah, right. So Charlemagne left out with my crew. Now he's got this child
Charlemagne's
here.
got a dude on him, yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm better off trying to hit him with the bayonet than I am shooting him here, haven't I?
Yeah, because I don't think you have the right skills for firing a long arm in hand-to-hand.
What do I need for that? Shoot. I've got shoot.
I believe it's Deadeye, is it
It's a
not,
fu-
Brian?
Right. I've got
Abigail has that.
because I have shoot 2.
It's shoot 2.
I have shoot 2.
No, it's not the skill.
No?
There's a focus that you have to have that removes the penalties of firing a long arm in
Right.
combat.
That I don't have. That I don't have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm-
Deadeye level 2.
So I'm going to
yeah,
attack with
Deadeye's
the bayonet.
level 2, yeah. Abigail could absolutely pull out her shotgun and just start blasting things in hand-to-hand, and it wouldn't bother her.
Is that 2
Yeah.
damage only? Is it? Well, what's the trauma target? Have I hit that for 6? I've got shock damage.
No, the trauma is 5, so you don't hit the trauma target. You do, however, default to your shock damage,
Shock
which
damage
is
of
3, which is enough to kill this particular
Okay.
child of the father. So Go ahead and describe it.
I would say that he just guts him. Hits him in, and it's like a serrated, like a Rambo knife, so as he pulls it out, the guts all come flying out of the stomach.
Pulling some of the entrails and trail of blood with it. Nice. Okay, so that is Charlemagne's group. That brings us to the final group of our side, which is Tim's group.
Our tactical master, Dave. Watch him win the fight.
Well, Kent's little squad down here will continue their attempts to fight their way to the father. Knife is armed with a spear and will... Knife and club are armed with spears and will back up Kent and John. So John will try smiting the Chud in front of him.
Okay.
Where's the roll? With his firer. And doesn't do too well.
Oh, you don't hit. You don't.
So that one you might want to have John re-roll, because he will hit the trauma target and do 40 points of damage if he manages to
re-roll that, John. Re-roll that d20.
Okay, fine.
So roll. You want to roll a d20 plus 4 is his bonus.
Come on, Dave. Yes.
Yeah, that'll hit it. So 40 points of damage. Please describe how you murder this Chud. It's ridiculous because it only had 9 hit points, but I'm going to put minus 40 in the contextual box.
Well, the Chud
minus
rushed
31.
up him and swung at him, but he dodged it, and the axe caught it underneath the arm as it as it spun round off balance, and just sliced deeply into its body.
Nice. Okay, so that's John.
Kent will go for the dog in front of him. The hound in front of him.
Keep in mind, Kent is a little hurt.
Kent's
more than a little
hurt.
Oh, yes. But he doesn't have fighting withdrawal as an option, so therefore he's going to have to...
No, everyone can fighting withdrawal. Any intelligent creature can fighting withdrawal.
In that case, given that he's lost that amount of damage, his best bet is to do a fighting withdrawal.
It is, because there's 4 guys for 2 dogs there. You've got 4 guys on 2 dogs if he backs off.
Okay, so he will withdraw. How far can he move on a fighting withdrawal?
His normal movement, so roughly about 6 spaces.
Okay.
2, 1,
I think that's wise.
3, 1, 2.
Sean got a gun so that he can back off and then start taking shots.
Well, he doesn't have a gun, but he does have something.
Oh, John's
Whether he wishes to reveal it is another matter.
Right.
If not now, when?
And knife and club.
But that's his main action. Okay, so knife and club.
Knife will step into his place and use his spear on the dog.
Staying outside of the fire, I assume.
He moves so that the fire's
perfectly circular puddle of fire.
Fire's directly behind him, so it makes him look more menacing. Shadows 10 feet tall.
Right.
I'll do it.
Okay, that'll hit. That'll hit trauma too.
Nice.
So how does he kill that dog?
Well, that dog was stunned from the baton strike on its head, and while it was stationary for a second, the head got a spear into its eye.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh, those are nasty.
Oh, yeah.
And that leaves Knife to thrust between Pietra and John at the other dog.
That'll definitely hit.
Oh.
Not the trauma target, but it will kill the dog. So
Nice.
How does he do so?
It's very similar to the previous one. The dog almost jumped onto the spear, which it wasn't expecting to come between the 2 bodies.
Right down its throat.
Okay. Nice. All right, so that was Kent, Club, Knife, and John. So all that's left is Tim.
And I believe Tim saw this guy retreat rapidly, and...
Oh, that's right. So Tim's action has already happened this round.
No. That was...
Oh, no, that's right.
From the last one.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That was from the last round. You're right. So go ahead.
I'm not sure whether or not to stay watching that window just in case he comes back, because that was a nasty attack. But have I seen that Fallout is in trouble?
I think from your vantage, you can see that fairly easily, yeah.
In that case, I will try and shoot the swine that's trying to kill Fallout.
Yes.
Okay. No penalties for firing into combat. Just
Because
penalties for firing in combat.
Well, Fallout's a little bit smaller than this guy.
That's also true, yeah.
He shouts Fallout down as he shoots anyway. Down, boy!
Huh? Oh, that'll hit.
Oh.
Won't do trauma, but it'll do a significant amount of damage. How do you kill him?
Well, he's already bleeding from the bite marks, etc., and the attacks from Nodachi. So I aim for the rent in his armor, and luckily the bullet goes straight in and just completes the damage they've already done.
You have a scope on your rifle, right?
Yep.
So this isn't going to affect you because you're cold-blooded, but having your scope on him, you obviously are trained enough to fire and then bring the gun back in line pretty quickly, regardless of the recoil. You can see that his blood isn't normal, and in fact, smoke is kind of issuing out of the wound where you struck him, and his blood seems to be boiling.
Get Fallout back. Clean his teeth.
Oh, yeah.
But the poor dog was biting him. I yell.
One of them nods.
Okay, so that was your group. That brings us to them. There's not a lot they got left going on here.
No.
We did pretty good.
So,
Look at all those reds. Look at all those reds, boys. We're doing it. We're doing it.
just look at all the skulls on the screen that I'm leaving there. All right. We're going to start with the father as he steps around the corner and just shouts, "How dare you!" And he's going to target Club.
Oh my god.
With.
Ooh, plus 10 on his
Somebody's
attack.
got a plus
Ow!
10 on his attack.
He will hit.
Oh dear.
So what you see is he kind of whips back this big kind of robe/cloak that Charlemagne is familiar with. Obviously, Charlemagne can't see this, but just describing it. But this large kind of ratty leather stitched together cloak that he just kind of whips to the side. And in what may be a strange movement, he kind of balances on his left leg and brings his right leg up, almost in kind of like a fighting move kind of situation. But as he brings his right leg up and his knee kind of reaches as high as it does, although he's relatively flexible, it appears, you can see spines of kind of chitinous bone start to pierce out of this weird, strange armor he's got on his entire right leg, and they fire like quills at Club, and deal a significant hit to Club for 8 points of damage. But the quills, there were 2 of them, and so they split as they came out of his body, and the second one attacks Piotr. Ooh, who he does manage to hit.
Oh, he's not hit the trauma, has he?
Trauma 6.
He has.
Goodbye,
So
Piotr.
27 points of damage to Piotr.
Oh.
Now, Piotr, I'm not treating the red hand this way because they're just kind of, shock troops. But Piotr, since he's a named NPC, he's going to follow the same rules as you guys. You can potentially save him if you can get to him and apply medical support in time.
All right, well, he's at 0 right now.
He is at 0, and he is...
Quick question.
No, he's not dead. He's unconscious.
As the fathers come round here, does Charlemagne see that? Does Charlemagne see the father?
No, Charlemagne's view is blocked currently from
totally
where you are.
Isn't it?
But you did hear a voice that sounds very familiar. It's not like there's a lot of noise happening here. Some combat, yes, but it's not like constant gunfire.
Do I recognize his voice?
You recognize the voice.
Okay.
For sure.
That's good enough for me.
Okay. So that was the father. Then there's still one hound surviving. Oh, that one. Yeah, he's gonna try and bite.
You did say that I had my scope pointing in that direction. I've just seen him.
You have just seen
Oh,
him?
yeah. Yeah, you can see him. Okay, so the dog is going to attack Nkoyo.
I'm just a bit excited. Fuck you, dog.
And not strike Nkoyo. No shock damage on the hounds. So then we have some children to act here. Ooh, Charlemagne's not going to like this.
No, he doesn't like that one bit.
Now, they were both close enough to also be able to attack, so... Actually, one of them, although he does move to that position, he says, "Traitor!" and attacks Albert.
Ah, okay.
He's definitely going to hit.
Ow.
It's not a big hit, though.
No,
It's not. He's got a club. So he's going to do 2 points of damage to Albert.
Albert spits blood in his face.
Handle that. And then the second one is going to attack Jacob. 2 points. 2 points. Yeah, they just have kind of makeshift like pieces of wood or metal. And he is not going to hit Jacob, but he does do a shock of 1 as his swing just kind of rocks off of your clothing, not really doing a lot of damage. Then I have, let's see, who else? That guy and that guy. Okay, so there are 2 guys there. One is going to attack Zoe.
Hi.
Yeah, 1. That's the third.
That's your
one
third
that I've rolled.
Yeah.
Do I get comrade for these guys?
No, you do fucking not. You're no comrade of
And
mine.
one attacks Abigail and also misses, just swinging. You can see, though, anybody who's in close interaction with these children here on this side of the map, over here, you can see that they look almost like enraged, right? Like there's spittle coming out of their mouth and their eyes just look crazed. Then we have a few Chuds left. Where are all they?
There's 3 Chuds at the back.
There.
They
That's
ran
right.
away from the fire.
Actually, for all intents and purposes, those Chuds are simply gone.
Yes.
And then we have these guys.
Don't say it like that, Charlemagne, because the only exit, rather than past us, is towards the people that he's holding captive.
Yep.
We do. So, what are they going to do to them while we're fighting?
Oh, he ran away too.
Well, you don't know where he is.
He's out of sight.
He went away.
Okay, so then we have these guys. These guys, let's see, who they have good shot at. Nodachi is going to be attacked.
Is he not blocked by the rubble?
Not from...
Oh, not from the southern one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
That's fair.
So that's going to hit Nodachi.
The other one's going to be able to shoot
4
a club
points
and
of
knife.
damage.
He's still alive. That's all that matters to me.
Nice.
I got another
And
body to
then
use.
the other one is going to attack Club, who dies.
Oh, he's dead,
Club
yeah.
is gone.
He died a horrible death.
Club's dead.
So I think Tim is kind of in view of that. So Tim, you see a couple of strange things. First, you see what looks like a disc of metal just fly through the air, almost like what Tim, I think, is fairly obsessed, so I'll go ahead and call it like a UFO, almost. Just a thin disc flying through the air.
Flying saucer.
You can't tell if it's rotating or not, but it definitely, like, the light of the fire glints off of it as it flies through the air, kind of whips around Nodachi, and you see a bit of a spray of blood, and then flies back in the same direction that it came from. And then immediately after that, you see what can only be like a laser, like just intense bright beam of energy that strikes Club. And nobody's adjusted his hit points yet, so I'll go ahead and do that.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
And
He's dead.
the beam just kind of shears off half of his head from like left lower jaw diagonally up through the upper right hand part of his skull, and his head just kind of separates and falls off, and he falls to the ground dead.
Rip. That was a nasty one.
And that is them. So now it's you guys' turn. Abigail's group first.
Okay, well, Abigail's going to go at this guy. Southern one.
Uh-huh.
And bada swing.
$17. Oh, she would never hit that trauma.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that'll take him out, though, so go ahead and
Yes.
call it for us.
Yeah, this time she sinks this one right in the center of his chest. Basically splits the sternum in half.
Nice.
So
Who's next?
Abigail's gone. We're going to move Zoe up to there and go after this one.
Okay.
We're winning this, guys. We're winning this. We just need to get that father.
Oh, I got robbed of that.
Yeah. She will, however, do her shock damage of 3.
Yeah.
Which significantly injures this particular child.
Yeah, we'll stick with that. That, and we have Axe, which is here. He's just gonna sort of work his way in, go for the upper one.
Charlemagne smiles as he sees Axe pull up beside him. Oh!
Wow.
10's still good.
Can you imagine
I
if you
wonder
hit
if
the
I
trauma target,
I hit
though?
the trauma?
I know.
If you want to have fun, if Axe hasn't used his reroll yet, the trauma die is a die. I believe Comrade allows you to reroll any die, correct?
Roll it. Roll it.
Okay,
So roll a
that's just
D8, I believe. Yeah, it's a
is it
D8.
Yep.
D8?
Yeah, roll a D8. That
That's
hits
a
it.
6. That's a 6.
So ridiculous overkill, but 40 points of damage
Yeah.
from Axe. How does he obliterate this particular child?
So he brings it down, hits it on the left shoulder. It goes sort of on an angle a bit down into the heart, but then catches part of the rib cage and slices down, so it's like the whole upper quarter just falls.
Nice. Okay.
Split the guy into a Y shape, basically.
Yeah.
Basically. So,
Okay.
let's see. That's Zoe. That was Axe. I got
Abigail, Zoe, Axe. You
Got
still
Alonso.
have Dagger and Alonso.
And Dagger, yeah.
From where Dagger
we need
is,
some help
can
over
he
here, though.
Can he see the father?
Dagger can see the father, yeah. I'm gonna say so can Alonso. Like the pile of rubble at that lower part is down far enough that you can see him.
I think that's going to do
Hey,
it.
the question is, do you want to use Dagger to reroll the D8?
Does the 14 hit?
The 8 might be good enough, just depends what the guy's like.
Yeah.
wait,
The
this is-
14 does not hit.
Oh wait, this was shooting the father. Right, reroll
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Reroll that.
Yeah.
Oh no, Dagger's had his reroll. Dagger's had his comrade. He can't reroll.
So
But I'll let you know, there's the special thing I took last game. I took Comrade myself. And Dagger can reroll it. That's what I was that was a secret I was holding it to a point for the game.
Did you know
well,
that we?
then.
Did you know that we can't do it
your
on each
list,
other?
though, Max.
It means that I can't use it on Jacob, and Jacob can't use it
Yeah,
on
you
us.
can't
We're not-
use it on each other.
Yeah, we can't do it on
Comrades,
each other.
for some
Fine.
reason, if you have it, you can't do it on each other. But yeah.
What a
Okay,
fucking power move, Max! What a power
So
move!
that's that'll hit. That'll hit. So 8 points of damage to the father.
yes.
Okay.
what
And-
a fucking power play, Max.
I guess the 350,
Oh, man.
the 357 could reach him.
Yeah, it'd be nice is that if you had to
Oh, yeah,
do it on
yeah,
him,
I mean,
or do the D8.
That's not. I mean, this is a relatively small map, all told. Like that's 39 meters. I think a handgun can fire that far, right?
Oh yeah. But
Hey,
handguns
hey,
fire
do you want
hundreds
him
of
to
meters.
attempt? Do you want
Right.
him to attempt the Tragenarmer? That's 27 points of damage.
Well, does
Just-
the 15 hit?
does the
Well,
15
the
hit?
problem is the 15 doesn't hit.
Oh
Ah.
jeez.
So he needs to roll the D20.
Alonso can reroll that. I'll use my comrade on him. You save yours, Max.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
That's even worse.
Even with that,
no.
Came off the
No.
17, man.
No.
Now, here's a
Wow.
question. Can Max now make him reroll that again? Instantly.
I believe so. Yeah.
There you go. Use your second reroll.
yeah, go ahead. You want to throw Alonso again?
Write down Alonso. You've got to start a list, Max. There we go.
Okay.
There we
Yes,
go.
plus
Gets
the
another
whatever. That.
So another 9
Done.
points of damage to the
Boom,
father.
Boom.
Yes.
It's like pow, pow, pow.
So he gets hit by a crossbow bolt in his chest, and then with his knee still kind of raised in that position, I'll say that the bullet kind of looks like it kind of sparks off of whatever strange chitinous growth he has on his leg. Okay, who's next? I believe that's all of yours, Brian.
all of
So
mine.
that's Jacob.
What a fucking power move that was, taking Comrade Max. I'm impressed.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wait,
I was the secret. I told
When
him
you
like I
say-
wasn't gonna spoil it.
When you say it sparks off, do you mean it didn't penetrate?
Well, I mean it did, but you got to keep in mind that sometimes hit points don't actually represent
Righty.
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was hit, but he hasn't been seriously injured yet. I'm just trying to be descriptive, you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Took some of that scaling off.
All right. So
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Nodati see he gets hit with something up here. And he's pissed. It's like, you motherfucker. So he's gonna move around and get to this fucker up here, and he's gonna slash him. So
Okay.
Nadachi still has 2 rerolls. It's a 16.
Okay, that's
One
going to hit.
damage. You're going to do the 5 damage there, aren't you?
Yeah, that's going to default to 5 damage. Not worth it even re-rolling the trauma hit, because your shock damage will still be more than the... Actually, I want to be sure. Can you re-roll damage? Let's make sure that what Comrade says.
Comrade is re-roll any dice.
Is it any? All right,
Sure, it's any dice. Yeah.
You could re-roll the damage.
You could re-roll the damage dice.
I'll use mine to re-roll it for Nodachi.
Okay.
And he's rolling D10.
So damage with the big axe is a D10 plus. Oh, just a straight D10.
Can't be plus anything if you roll one.
Let me double check.
If you roll one,
just
it
a
would be
D10.
plus 0.
Okay.
Good luck.
You
can't do any worse than a 1, I suppose.
True.
Nope.
That'll do.
8's better.
I'll do it. It's
a good reroll.
Yep.
So as you close on him, what you notice is he's not actually the one that hit you. I mean, I understand why you charged him because he's the first one you saw. But he has like a weird like silvery disc that is kind of like just floating next to him.
Okay. I'm gonna have Blade get up to here on top of the rubble, get a little bit of vantage point, and does he see this guy here, or does he?
No.
See
so the rubble in the middle is significantly higher than where you are currently. I will say that he can see that guy.
Okay.
That Nodachi just attacked.
Yep. So he's gonna shoot Nodachi. Or no, he's gonna shoot the one that Nodachi attacked.
Yeah. I assumed he wasn't shooting his
No.
fellow Red Hand.
That looks good to me.
So
that's a good hit.
Is that shooting into melee though?
It is, but as far as unless I'm incorrect, I don't think there's a penalty for that.
Shooting into melee is fine. It's shooting while you've got it's close quarters that's a problem.
Fine.
Yeah.
Shooting while you've got somebody breathing down your neck with a melee weapon that's hard.
Right.
Hey, should we attempt his trauma target or no?
I think 8's solid. Take the 8.
Okay.
So an 8 does kill him.
Yes.
So why don't you describe that for me?
So he kind of comes up there and he's sitting there like, he sees his buddy Nodachi taking at him and is like, and he sees one of his buddies got killed by a disc and he's like, I don't think so. And he lines it up and he just takes a shot and he just sprays it up and just whole face is
if I
mangled.
recall correctly, he's actually the one that got hit by. Oh no, the one that got hit by the disc died. That's right.
Yeah,
or no,
Club,
the one that
that's
got
one
hit
of
by
his
the
buddies.
laser died.
Well, he doesn't know. He just one of them got died. He just
hit
like
with a disc.
So, but what happens though after he kills him, as you say, the disc starts to shudder in the air, and then it seems to implode on itself, and then it's just gone.
Okay.
Well, that's good. 'Cause for a second, I thought it was going to explode.
So I'm gonna So I'm actually gonna have Fallout run behind attack the guy right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean you're ignoring what I shouted at the end of last round?
Yes. That's tomorrow problems. We'll deal with that after.
So yes, he will kill that guy.
Yes.
Well, if he's taking continuing damage from that nasty blood,
He doesn't appear
your
to be. So you can see Fallout from your position. He doesn't appear to be.
Poisoned.
He doesn't appear to be reacting to anything, and you don't see any indications of steam or smoke or anything coming out of his mouth.
Remember, he's a
It
dog.
could be that he didn't do. It could be that he didn't do a significant enough hit on that thing to draw blood.
Also, remember, it's a dog. Dogs can eat their own shit and be fine. Dogs are the world's biggest scavengers.
Well, I
They
mean,
can literally eat everything.
He's not wrong. I don't think dogs can eat boiling liquids for fun. But yeah.
and if that guy had an acid blood, then I'm still worried about Fallout, but
He doesn't
so
seem to
as-
be distressed.
All right. As Fallout basically took care of that guy, Jacob moves like right around here to give him at least some kind of protection first, so he, because he saw quills, kind of like running, pointing out from there. And with his bow, can I shoot him, or do I have to be a little, get like right about, go a little down? Can I just like look around?
So, I think you're gonna need to kind of clamber past Blade to be able to get a shot on him, because keep in mind that little thing that Blade is on is a bit of a rise.
Yeah.
And if you move a little bit to the south, you're firing at him through flames, which is probably not great for your aim.
Good for cinematics.
Maybe it is. I don't know. It is pretty cinematic.
yeah, cinematic.
It's possible the arrow could catch fire as it goes through the flames.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt it. I'm gonna do it.
The Robin Hood Prince of Thieves shit. Let's go.
Right?
Oh, okay, but also, just to let you know, I took the focus sniper shot, so I get to roll 3d6 on targeting.
No, you don't. That's for execution attacks, and this is not an execution attack.
Okay.
Execution attacks are a completely different thing. They're cool. Basically, like, with an execution attack, you have to have been studying a target that is unaware of your presence
like stalking
for a certain amount of time before you make an attack, and then instead of a standard attack roll, you essentially make a shoot skill roll with 3 dice, taking the 2 best. And if you hit that, if you succeed at that roll, you just automatically kill them. It doesn't matter how much health they have, armor. That's a completely different thing. It's like a skill challenge.
A trained sniper. You're sitting in the spot for half an hour. You're checking the wind. You're doing all that.
Okay. Man, I thought it was a lot cooler than I thought it was.
Yeah, that is an outside of combat thing.
Yeah, it's an assassination.
Okay. I mean, that's still fine.
Yeah.
I'll still attempt to shoot.
Okay. Good thought, though. But yeah, we haven't really been in a situation where an execution attack has come into play.
This is Jacob, is it?
This is Jacob, yes.
Okay, so you can't get rerolls, unfortunately.
No. You're not taking a penalty shooting through the fire, because most of the fire is kind of ground level. But yeah, 12's not going to hit him. So your arrow flies through the flames, and we'll say that it does like the well, I don't know. Are you using an arrow with feather fletching, or is this more like a scrap arrow with like cut plastic cards as credit cards as fletching, because it's made
it's scrap. It's
after
metal.
the end. Okay, so it doesn't catch on fire. Maybe it heats up a bit, but as it flies at the father, just because it's cinematic and I like it, he stares Jacob down and catches the arrow. And then just... It's made out of metal, so he doesn't snap it, but he does just kind of bend it in the same hand that he catches it in and throws it.
Yeah, it's like a thumb. Just...
Oh, he's a fucking movie badass, this one, isn't he?
I wish you could do comrade on me, because if his target number was 6, I would be like, I could do 24 on him.
Right? Right? His trauma target is higher than 6, though. I can tell you that.
I know. That's like...
But there's no comrade on someone who is a comrade, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, so that's Jacob's team, I believe. Correct?
Yes, that's everybody.
No, yeah. Oh, Peter's down, which also brings up a good point. Peter's down. First round down, no treatment. Moving on.
Okay, so it's my guys next, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm going to save Charlemagne for last. Nicoyo,
Yellow as I hit. Need help.
Nicoyo's going to hack at this dog.
Okay. And she kills it. She was going to kill it with shock damage, but yeah, she definitely hits.
Now,
how does she kill the dog?
I would say it's just as the dog jumps up to bite her, and she catches it just right under the chin, and the sword goes right through its head and out the top.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Not even through its head, it kind of goes through from the front of the neck, just out the back of the head and the soft bit of the back of the neck, kind of between the skull and where there's no bone. And our second attack Is it possible for her to like move there and make the second attack on this guy?
It is actually. Yes.
I'm gonna do that then.
Yeah, you can split move and fire as long as you're not putting yourself in danger of a free attack.
Is that hit a trauma target?
That is a hit. Or sorry, that is not a hit.
What about, no?
That
Okay.
does hit the trauma target, but it's not a hit.
So Nikoyo is going to re-roll.
Okay, re-roll the d20 plus. I'm betting she's at +6. No, she's +4.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so 24 points of
That's the
damage.
trauma damage.
Hey, bye-bye.
And how does she kill him?
It's the Wakizashi again, so I would say that she kind of
Mm-hmm.
she fakes her first swing. It's like a feint, and then as he moves, she comes with the other Wakizashi and just backhand slashes him right across the face and just slices his face right in half.
Okay,
Opens him right up,
very cool.
and that's her turn. So who else do I have? I have Nikoyo,
Mace, Albert.
and Mace. Right. So where's Mace? Albert's there.
Mace is right next to you.
Mace
Oh
is
no,
right.
Mace is. Oh yeah, Mace is down here with all the bodies.
And yeah, what does Mace
his
have?
rifle.
He's got a rifle. Can Mace see the father from there?
Oh yeah, he shot at him before.
Yeah, so he's going to move closer for a better shot at the father.
Okay. That's gonna miss.
Max, do you want to comrade me? I've already used mine.
Yep.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So just the D20, yeah?
Plus his bonus, which is 6.
Okay.
Oh. Damn.
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
am with you.
unfortunately no.
Okay, so that's Mace.
That's too bad too. That would have been a trauma hit.
That was Mace and Nikoyo.
Yeah,
So
for
Albert
much, but-
next. Albert's here.
Uh-huh.
What have we got left here? There's none left here. We've just got...
Yeah, we
we've
got the farther in the
We've just got him and the father, haven't we?
No, you got the dude right here.
Well, and you've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
3 chuds and another dude who was in the train car that you can't see,
Yeah.
that nobody has eyes on.
Albert's going round this way. And he's going to hide under... He's going round... He's going across kind of, but only halfway up the pile of rubbish, and he's crouching down so his head's below the top level of the rubbish, so anybody on that side can't see him.
Okay, that's
So
fair.
he's still taking cover from it, and he's just going to make his maximum movement, which I guess is to about there.
Yeah, because he's having to climb up on that rubble.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that leaves us with Charlemagne. Charlemagne's going to move to there, which is about his maximum, right?
Yeah.
And he's-
Yeah, I'll allow that. I mean,
he's-
the rubble's relatively low there, so you can
and he's
scramble over
going
it.
to take a shot at the father. And I'm going to do a burst.
So when you come over the rubble, the father is kind of surveying the scene. He locks eyes with Charlemagne, and he says, "Ah, welcome."
And Charlemagne just... He aims his gun at the father, aims for between his eyes, but just before he pulls the trigger, he closes his eyes and says, "Father, guide me." And he takes a shot on the burst.
Okay.
Oh, and I can't do anything about that.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I can't.
So, yeah, the burst fire from the rifle just rattles, and the father doesn't even flinch as a short hail of bullets seem to just fly right past him,
And there's nothing
and he
I can
starts
do
to
about
laugh.
that. Yeah, because I have one skill that I don't think it does anything. It's the Survivor's Fortune. It's when something bad happens to me. When something bad happens to you, such as an injury, a failed save, or a botched skill check. Does that include botched attacks? On a one...
I'm going.
test your luck and roll a 1d6. On a 1, the bad of it, it's supposed to be something.
Oh
bad's
yeah,
happened
no.
to
See,
me.
it's
It's
not happening to you.
we've looked
you
at
just
that before.
missed.
Yeah, I've just missed.
If you had like had to make a save against something and failed, then you could do that. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
This is not happening to you. This is just your fault.
Unfortunately, that is just a miss, and there's nothing more I can do.
Yeah.
And that's me.
That leaves you though with. Oh, you did everybody. Mason, Koyo, and Albert. Okay. So that brings us to Tim. Tim's group is up.
Well, Tim was already looking across the top of Fallout at the father, so he will continue looking at the father as he shoots him.
Go on,
we
Tim.
hope.
You've got this.
Don't worry, we got you covered, Tim. You can do it.
You can do it. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Oh, that's going to
And the
work.
father was laughing.
Who's laughing
Well, it
now?
went straight into
Who's
his
laughing
mouth.
now?
Tim with the win.
So here's what happens. The father drops, but much like PCs, he's
not
still
dead.
conscious.
Yeah.
He's not dead. Just like Piotr. Piotr's not dead. He's not even technically unconscious. That's just the idea that I use there. He's still mobile, potentially. But what I will say is, actually I'll do this. Tim, since you have a rifle with a scope and you shot him, in this case, I want you to make a notice check for me. With wisdom.
A 9.
Okay, that's enough. So as he... No, he's not dead. As he drops...
Oh, I got excited there.
You kind of hit him in the shoulder and his arm goes back. And you notice that he's holding something in his hand as he drops. He has his finger, thumb specifically, on some kind of switch.
No.
And I yelled,
And he drops to the ground.
It's a dead man. See if that's a dead man switch. Fuck.
And he's still laughing.
Oh, he has it rigged.
So, we're still in rounds. It's their turn.
No, it isn't.
Oh, no, you're right.
Still got the
I'm
rest
sorry.
of Tim's team.
Sorry, I got excited because Tim took down the father, but there's still the rest of Tim's team. Go ahead, Kent. Or anybody else. Club, Knife, John, anybody.
Sorry, how do I turn off the ruler? Do I click on the ruler again?
So 2 spaces up from the ruler is the little kind of square. Click on that, and then you should be able to activate things.
Good.
And drag things. Speaking of which,
2,
I'm still on the
3,
ruler.
4, 5, 6. And grab at his hand.
Okay. So this is going to be an opposed test. Because the father is still conscious. So you're going to have... Who is that ran up? John?
What's John?
You're going to have John make a skill check, and the father is going to make a skill check. Oh, looks like John has a good chance.
Oh, he got 2 comrades in case something happens.
No, he's got 1. He's had 1 already. He's only got 1.
I mean, still he got...
What's move, by the way? Is it 6 squares for move?
Yeah. Roughly,
Okay.
yeah.
In that case, Knife can't quite get there.
Okay.
So it's skill plus 2. It says. So where's the roll for that? There we go.
Oh, that's
Nice.
right. I forgot. It's not taking
It's
into
not
account the bonuses.
So I
So
add
the
plus
father...
Do I add,
You add +2 to... So click on the skill button, and then we'll just add +2. The father actually got an 8, not a 5, because he has +3. Okay, so you beat him.
But we've got a Dave!
So
We've got a Dave!
So John manages to pull this device from the father's hand. Do you think John knows what that is? Is he going to try and make sure?
I just yelled, "Dead man switch."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we all know
And
what
John-
Dead Man Switch is.
Well, I wouldn't say everybody does, but John, Kent's people, have military training, right? Clearly. So John does. So he makes sure that he keeps his finger on the switch as he pries it out of the father's hands, who stops laughing.
What's
that?
Oh, I just didn't know if Knife was just going to finish the father off.
Well, that's up to... Well, Knife
He didn't
can't get
get
there. He
close
can
enough.
move up.
Well,
Knife
has
can
a
move-
spear. Knife has a spear.
He can.
He does.
He can.
So-
So in that case, he will attempt to finish this guy off.
Come on.
Okay, so let's take a look at what that entails, because we haven't done that yet. Because normally that's reserved for players.
Like a coup de grace. Isn't it?
I mean, we're going to see here. So, combat, an injury. He's taken a traumatic hit and dropped. No, I guess I gotta look at injury. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so... Okay, stabilizing, sure. Oh yeah, they will die instantly if they take any further hit point damage.
Nice,
So,
nice.
if Knife wants to just murder him, and I would say in this case, he does, because the Red Hand has been ordered to make sure that he dies.
And there's no fumbles, so he can't miss.
Right?
If he's on,
Correct,
if he's on the
because
ground
he's using a
unconscious, not
hand-to-hand
moving.
weapon, so he would do his shock damage. So yeah, there's no point even rolling. Even with just shock damage, further point of hit point damage, he's dead. So Knife comes up and murders the father. Do you want to describe that for us?
He does not murder the father. He kills him in combat.
Sorry.
Yeah, murder is the wrong word here. This man is not innocent. This is
Well, I mean, technically, murder is a legal term, and since we're in the post-apocalypse and there are no
there's
more
no
laws,
yeah,
there's no murder.
There is no murder.
So he does kill him. He does kill him.
Yep, he does kill him.
All right. So,
I do hope Knife has got cold blood.
yeah, all the Red Hand do, actually. They effectively. So, okay, so he kills him. You've still got Kent and Club.
Yep.
If they want to do anything. There's still one target that you're aware of.
Yes, but Kent is badly...
Kent's badly hurt.
And Club is dead.
Club died?
Did I? Yeah, Club's
We got
dead.
Lair
Club is dead.
Oh, it didn't. Sorry, it didn't take him off the
Club is
encounter
dead.
chart. Yeah, Club's dead. My
Yeah, he
mistake.
got shot with a laser and just poof.
Yeah, so you guys have lost what? 2 people? That's nothing
Club and
compared
Shiv.
to the 40 that you've murdered.
No, Club, Shiv. I think we've got 1 or 2 more.
No,
Is it just
Kent's
Club and
hurt,
Shiv?
but he's not dead. Yeah, it's just Club and Shiv.
No,
Piotr's
Okay.
Piotr's down.
Piotr's down. That's right. He needs medical attention soon. But yeah, that brings it to their turn. So the father's not doing anything, obviously. This guy is still alive, so he's actually going to take a shot at Nodachi, who's closest to him.
No way is he not running away. He's running away. What are you talking about? He's running away.
He doesn't know the father's dead.
Ah.
Well, actually, he did hear the father laughing. He would have heard the conversation. He would have heard the laughing cut off.
I heard Tim shout, "Dead man switch."
Oh, yep, he did hear that. Let's get a morale check. Oh, he fails. He's in it. He's in it to win it.
Oh,
By himself if need be.
Oh, this brick.
But he missed.
I already made the attack roll, so we're gonna keep that, which I believe is a miss. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, however, Nodachi can see this man look at him, and as Nodachi looks at him, his eyes begin to glow, and then Nodachi just kind of lurches out of the way as this beam of energy seems to head in his direction.
Shit.
And that's it. So back to the top. Abigail and your group kind of over there after slaughtering so many enemies.
Check the train, Abigail. Check the train.
Yeah, let's start heading towards that train.
Move the whole group in, though.
Okay.
So about.
Well, the train entrance is right here.
Yeah, I meant there. I meant take your crew in the train. I think.
Oh, okay.
Because there's guys in there.
Yeah, I would
like
be able to make it there.
So Abigail just right in, which is still within your. You still have a main action, but as you glance left and right, you don't see anybody.
Oh.
Okay. Is there a connection like here?
So you can kind of see over the top of this counter, crates, whatever, and yeah, there is a door there that connects the two. And it is currently ajar.
I thought you said it was a door.
No, it's
given
a jar.
given that adherent was running through it, I think it's probably wide open.
Yeah. Yeah, ajar is not the right term. Open.
Axe is going to come and join them. He'll probably get into about there. And
Man, you are fast moving between that measurement stick and then moving.
Oh, I think he's used Founder before.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit.
That's
Several
faster
thousand
than me
hours.
clicking through. Are you using shortcut keys to switch between the two?
No.
How are you doing that?
9,000 DPI on his mouse.
Yeah, that's what it
Guys.
is. But that should be...
Yeah, that's you, I think.
That's everybody.
Okay, Jacob.
So what Jacob's going to do, he sees Piotr down, like the father went down. He runs over to Piotr, see if he can actually save him.
Okay. Do you have a first aid kit on you?
Let me check.
I do.
No, he does not.
So, I mean, you can still make the attempt without it. And then potentially Charlemagne can back you up here in a minute.
Okay.
I believe there's a penalty, though. You can attempt to stabilize a mortally wounded companion. Doing so is generally an int heal or dex heal skill check, one requiring a main action. Difficulty for the skill check is 8, plus the number of full rounds since the target was downed, which is 1, so it's 9. If the medic lacks a med kit, the difficulty of the skill check is increased by 2, so we're up to 11. Only one ally can try to stabilize the target in any given round. So if you try this round, then Charlemagne won't be able to, and he has the med kit.
So could I hold my action until he comes over here and help him, assist him?
You can, and here's why you're going to have to do that, is because I guess, I'm betting, and I'm going to check, I'm correct, Charlemagne has the first aid kit packed away. So Charlemagne is going to have to move to you and then use his action to pull the med kit out. And then you can use your action to take it and use it. Does that make sense?
That's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll do that with him.
That's what you're holding your action for. Great. You still have Blade, Nodachi, Fallout, though. Blade, Nodachi, and Fallout.
Mm-hmm. So Blade is going to move over here, get a little closer. He is going to shot at this guy.
Okay. Does Blade have a ranged weapon? He sure do.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Very nice.
For 5, unless you want to have somebody let him re-roll that trauma target. Has Blade used
I
Comrade?
think we might as well. Give him a reroll, Max. You can use mine. I've not had one yet.
Okay.
So trauma die is a D8 plus 1 with the rifle.
Ooh.
Yeah, still no.
That's still 5.
Still 5 damage. Yeah.
5 damage, yep.
Okay. Then I'm gonna have no
Okay.
Dachi run up and attack this guy.
Okay.
He's pissed. He's not happy.
That should do it.
That hits and hits the trauma. Oh yeah, the big axe is ×4. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
So that's -8. Still not enough.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, right there. Let's see. Fallout is gonna get right. Let's see. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna get right near Charlemagne,
Uh-huh.
and that's as far as he's gonna go.
Okay. So that brings us to Charlemagne's group.
Charlemagne is going to... I'll use Charlemagne first. He's going to run down and he's going to fumble in his kit and he's going to pull out the med kit and he's going to drop it on the floor in front of Jacob, basically. So let me
Great.
go.
Okay.
Let me go.
So
into
now
sheet.
Jacob
And
can make the healing test.
so I take that out.
Difficulty
and I
is
do-
9.
Okay, I do have the heal skill too, or I mean the heal
Yeah.
focus.
So you're rolling 3 dice. Well, it should automatically be set up on your sheet if I recall correctly.
I've put
So
it to equipped.
yeah, you should just be able to make your heal check.
Okay.
You're looking for a 9 or better.
And this is an intelligence or wisdom.
Intelligence or dex, whichever
Dex
is
is
better
better
for you.
Dex is better.
Okay.
No, looks good to me.
Yeah.
11.
11 does it. So you stabilize Piotr. He
Well
is
done,
still
Jacob.
unconscious,
Well
though,
done.
for now. Okay, so that's taken care of. That was Charlemagne. Charlemagne, you still have Mason, Koyo, and Albert.
The Koyo's all the way over here. Well, I've got Albert first. Albert's the one that's trying to do something, so it's going to make his attack.
He slides down the scree and attacks this weird guy with the glowing eyes.
14 any good?
And I think that might be. Let's double check. It is. But either way, he's doing 3 points of damage.
Yeah, so
Do you want to attempt him to reroll that?
Oh, don't. That kills him.
Does
so
it kill
go
him?
ahead
Oh,
and
okay.
make your
seconds.
kill.
So the guy, Albert. Okay, so Albert, as he runs over the pile of debris, he finds a nice footing to get a good spring off, and he comes in from a height. He does a jumping attack, and he's coming down with the spear and drives the spear. Drives the spear down
Nice.
into the neck of the boy, and about 1.5 feet down into the guy's body.
And he's face to face with this guy as his body starts to fall back, and you can see that his eyes start to glow and then just melt in his head.
Oh.
Ooh.
Does Albert say anything with regards to their relationship? Did he know this guy?
No, I think
I never liked you.
I think I know Albert's just got. He's gritting his teeth so hard that they're like he's cracking teeth. He's gritting his teeth so hard throughout this. He's not even thinking about who these people were.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's dehumanized them. He sees them as targets. They are red circles only.
Okay, cool. So, for all intents and purposes, as far as I can see, yeah, we are out of combat.
Sweet. Should we do a halftime break?
Okay.
I shall immediately reload. Because
I shall also be reloading. That's a good point, David.
I'm watching
Reload myself.
up the tunnel behind us, just in case those chuds have got their morale back.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think Unless you've got anything we need to do immediately, it'd be a good time for the halftime break.
I mean, it's more than halftime because there's
Yeah.
not a lot left to this session. But yeah, we can take a short break.
We're
for
a little
sure.
behind schedule on it, but I would like to take a
Yeah, a
break
little
if you
bit.
don't mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So take 10.
Yeah, we'll take 10.
That's fine.
Yes, that's good.
All right.
See you soon, viewers. And we're back for part 2 of what should be the penultimate session. Father is dead.
Father is dead. John Miller has a dead man switch in his hand. And the fires from the few Molotovs that were thrown in the battle have begun to burn out. There is still light from some of the fire barrels or another source up in the, looks like the train up there on the northern part of the map. But yeah, it's, you guys now are basically have run of the place as far as you can tell. You do know that some Chud ran around the corner back in this direction, if anybody wants to take a look and see if they're still there.
We
but...
still need to find the captives, so we're going to be heading off in that direction, aren't we? Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna be going off to start looking for the captives. After
Well,
Does anybody know anything about locking down a dead man switch? Because leaving it in John's hand puts a lot of pressure on him.
I could use something from the first aid kit. I could wrap it in a bandage. We'd then have tape to wrap over the bandage. We could tape it up.
Good.
We could tape it shut.
Okay, sure.
I'll do that then.
So tell you what, we actually need to do 2 because you treated Piotr, and now you're going to use the supplies to do that, which I'm totally fine with.
We need to roll
but I
for
need a
the thing,
D6 roll
twice, yeah.
Twice for the first aid kit.
And we don't want a 1, eh?
Correct. Don't roll a 1.
There's a 6.
Okay, fine.
That's 2d6. Hang on. How do you unclick a d? Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a 1.
Okay. So the condition on the first aid kit drops by 1.
Okay, 1 second. First aid kit. Condition goes down to heavy damage. So one more than broken, and then it's ruined.
Then it's ruined, yeah.
Okay.
Unless you can restore it, which is possible if you find enough supplies. So, pointing out a few things to you in the cavern, do you guys want me to clear the dead bodies, or are you fine with all those staying there?
I don't mind them staying there.
That's fine.
Okay. You're muted, Brian, but I saw you say that was okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, you see, well, down here you see a couple of doors. They're all closed. If anybody goes around the corner over here, if anybody wants to peek, because that's where the Chuds went.
Well, Charlemagne's busy wrapping up the thing, so somebody else can go. I've taken the thing of John. John could go.
I will yell that at least one of the plasma-wielding children escaped through the train. I don't know where he's gone, unless you've killed him.
They hadn't. So basically what you discover, just to keep it relatively short, there are like crates and boxes in the train. The trains are actually a lot more full of stuff than what is represented necessarily on the map, but it's not super dense or in the way, so I didn't put it on as like obstacles or anything. But basically what you find here is right over here. There's a bit of a hole in the wall. Looks dug by talons or claws of some kind. That's probably where the fleeing Chuds went. It might also be where the other adherent went, the child with the strange ability went.
Somebody got a Molotov one and just light it and launch it in there.
I think they'll be long gone. You'll be wasting it.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only chuck it 30 feet, can't you?
Right. Right.
And if it bounces off the wall, you might get it back in your face.
Right. But as you're all coming around to look at that, you do also note here that there are, these look like elevator doors
Right. Okay.
and they are currently closed. Anybody who passed by this area here would have noted that there is kind of like a setup of kind of a well, Kang's not here; he would recognize it, but a
Workbench.
very rough kitchen
Oh.
with a bit of a fire with a spit over it. Um, there are strips of meat and leather hanging
Do not
along
touch
racks on the
that
wall.
meat.
Kent and Tim will check these doors.
Okay,
and
so sure. So all of those doors are locked.
I'm sorry,
But
we have axes.
yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
So
the master key.
between having axes or skilled characters or NPCs with you, you manage to get the doors open in very little time. And so you discover quite a few things here.
Are prisoners?
Things is the wrong word,
People.
but people.
Oh, lots of people.
Do we find
What?
our missing people?
You do. So they're up here.
Good.
You find Ruben and Giolan, but then also in this kind of elevator that is full of rubble as well, there's someone, and then there are people in each of these rooms. All of them are, despite being in locked rooms, they are all bound as well. Also, those rooms have indications of holding, at some point, more people, and there are stains of blood and clear indications of axes and saws being used and marking the ground, as more than likely pieces of people were being taken as they were kept alive until they were used up to feed the father and his children.
Yuck.
Now, if you also open this door, I'm assuming you do, once you go into this chamber and find these four people, inside there is a small closet, and actually that closet is where you projected the ventilation shaft access to be, and so it is. If you look up, there's a hatch in the ceiling, there's a bit of ladder, but it's one of those things where there's a ladder on the wall, but it's kind of enclosed in like a wire cage to prevent, because this obviously was used at some point as probably a storage closet for what would have been maybe a small food kiosk of some kind. But yeah, you find all of these people, thankfully, appear to be intact, in various states of health, because none of them seem fed particularly well, including Ruben and Xiaolan. But yeah.
And probably their stress numbers are over the top.
Through the roof, aye.
Correct.
Xiaolan and Ruben are alive. I'm so happy.
Now, what I will also say at this point is that the Red Hand folks seem to be getting together and moving throughout the area together with purpose. And they are checking the trains and systematically going through all the stuff in the trains.
Yeah.
I will ask what they're looking for. Can we help find it?
Are you going to accompany them and ask that? Because they're just moving.
I will.
Like they're no longer under your control. In other words.
Oh no. If I see them acting in an organised way, I will go and speak to them and find out what they're doing.
So let's see. If I recall correctly, Blade is still alive. Yeah, he is. Okay.
Once I've completely wrapped and taped the dead man switch, and I'm very confident that nothing's knocking that thing back open, I'll put it in my pack. I'll put it in a pocket.
Okay. Sounds good.
I seem to remember one of the characters at some time was talking about, oh, wouldn't it be nice if we had some explosives?
Yeah. I don't think it will be nice if there's some explosives. I don't think we want these going off.
So, as Tim follows them, you actually, I'm going to say that you find them in this train car. You come upon them, and Blade is particularly intent on a particular crate. It's a large crate, and it appears to be intact and unopened. And Blade is looking at it, and looks like he's preparing to open it as you walk up.
I'd be careful. I call out, if he had a dead man's switch,
There's a bomb
there's
somewhere.
no telling whether he might not have booby-trapped things.
Huh? Oh, you think?
What would you think with a man like that? Would he trust all his people?
Well, I mean, his people died for him. I don't see why he wouldn't have trusted them.
Yeah, but the Chuds were around here as well. Do you think he trusted them?
The man eats people. You can assume he doesn't trust them.
He's like, oh well, I mean, okay, I'll take a closer look.
Yeah, just watch out for any booby traps.
So yeah, he takes his time and he looks over the crate, and then he looks over at you, and his men kind of step aside, and you can see him indicating that, yep, sure enough, there's like a wire or some kind of trigger line connected to the rear part of the crate where you wouldn't open it from but would have enough tension, and it looks like there's an explosive strapped to the back of it. He's like,
Well
good call.
spotted, Tim. Well spotted.
I wipe my forehead and
Give
thank
that-
God for that.
Give that man a bonus XP.
He's like, well, I guess I better take care of that. And he sits down and starts kind of looking at the explosive and trying to figure it out. You notice as he moves and shifts that the front of the crate, quite clearly on the front of it, has the word munitions stenciled into it, painted, on a stencil.
I'm not fighting them for it.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that that they were safe. They were our allies.
That I'm sure Blade appreciates that, and that may affect, well, were we to continue this particular game, that might have affected things in the future. So yeah, good call. Is anybody else looking for anything in particular, doing anything in particular?
I want to scour the place, make sure there's not any more people. I don't want to leave anyone behind. So I guess I start looking around,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask the prisoners: is there anywhere else that anyone else is captive? Is
So
this all of you?
The prisoners kind of give you a similar story. In each of the rooms, with the exception of this one that is partially collapsed and doesn't have a lot of room for anybody more than that one guy in there. Although that one guy is interesting, and I'll come back to him. But for everybody else, they kind of give you the story of like, oh, when I was brought in here, there were more people, or the people have changed, and they would come in and cut somebody's arm off or leg off, and then come back for another one the next day, and wrap them up and bind them so they didn't bleed to death. They give us water, but they're not really giving us a lot of food, and so it's just clear that these are just the larders for the children.
This is the food store,
right?
yeah. Ugh, that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
And they also tell you that some of their numbers, well, they're not all necessarily affiliated with each other, all of these people, but they tell you that, like, oh, there was this one guy who, joined them and, was let out, and I saw him a couple more times come in and cut off somebody's hand, or, so you get a few stories like that. It's clear that these people are traumatized. They range in ages, although most of them tend towards adulthood, and may at one point have been in a lot better condition, but now they're all kind of frail and thin. They're undernourished and not well taken care of. but alive, and they are very, very thankful to anyone who comes in and speaks to them. I'm assuming, maybe you don't. I'm assuming you're releasing these people, cutting their bindings, and
100%.
letting them up. And
Oh, yeah.
okay,
100%.
Oh yeah.
okay. So this guy, when you come into this room over here, obviously you also find Gilan and Ruben, and they're, oh my god, we never thought we'd see you again. But this gentleman, when you open the door to the elevator, he is bound differently from everyone else. So he is knelt on the ground, I guess is the best way to describe it. His hands are bound behind his back, and his feet and knees, in fact, are bound. Duct tape, rope, various things. There is a cord or rope that ties the bindings on his hands to the bindings on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
And he is hooded and has duct tape taped around the hood around his neck. But he's alive. Like, you can see him moving. You can hear him breathing. Is anyone in particular opening that door and encountering this person for the first time?
Probably John and
Charlemagne's going to. I feel like it might be a bad idea and I might lose my main character here, but Charlemagne's going to.
No, I want to know which character or
Charlemagne.
characters, not NPCs,
Charlemagne.
discover this person.
Yeah,
Charlemagne?
yeah.
Is Jacob with him?
Looks like
Yeah, I
it.
said Jacob would be there.
Okay, so you pry the doors open, looking for more prisoners, and you find this. What do you do?
I'll say we're here to help. You're free. Don't worry. My name is Charlemagne. The father is dead. You're free. You and all the other captives are free. I'm going to come round behind you and I'm going to remove the bag from your head, okay?
He just nods.
And then I'll start doing the cord. I'll leave his hands tied and his feet tied, and I'll untie his neck first and take the bag off his head. But I am standing behind him when I do that. And Jacob, don't stand directly in front of him when I'm taking this bag off his head in case he fucking spits acid or something. I've got a horrible feeling about this guy. I've got a horrible feeling about this, so don't stand directly in front of him when I remove this bag.
Well, I'm set to the side, like over here.
Okay.
I have a spear ready.
I take the bag off his head from behind.
Okay. Yeah, and so you take the bag off of his head, and the back of his head looks like a person. He's of African descent. He hasn't spoken yet, so you don't know if he is African or if he is from the United States or anywhere else. And in fact, he doesn't speak. He grunts a little bit when you rip the duct tape off, because it's kind of like partially on his skin, as you have to remove all that to get to the hood. You said you haven't cut the bindings on his hands and feet
I will
yet.
now grab the wrists and I will hold on to the bindings, and before I cut them I'll say, can you talk, my friend? Can you talk?
He kind of turns his head a little bit, and he says, "What's there to talk about?" And it's a American accent.
Okay, nothing I guess, my friend, and I'll start cutting the bindings on his wrists. You're free now. Let's get you out of here.
So he stands up, and as he turns around to face you, he brings up his hand towards you.
Fast?
No, just normal. I don't know, you're so scared.
I am very scared.
That's why I have my thing ready. I'm like,
Yeah, you keep that thing ready, Jacob. You keep that thing ready, mate.
So as he brings his hand up, you can see that there is a resemblance between him and the father.
Does he look like a certain friend of ours as well? What's her name?
Sandra?
Sandra, yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Sandra
like he
Fenn.
could have a familiar resemblance to her as well.
Is this guy got the Fenn family? Is this Father Fenn? Is it?
Oh no, he's not old enough to be father. He looks
Ah.
like he's maybe Sandra's age or
This
younger.
is maybe Sandra's brother, eh?
Well, that would be interesting because you found the body of her brother
Oh, so we did.
at the clinic.
So we did, yeah.
It had been experimented on.
Maybe she has more than one brother.
Now that you're thinking about it, though, since you brought it up,
Does he
this
look like?
does look like the body that you found.
Like identical.
Yes.
Fenn. I'll say that. Fenn.
He says, Fenn, wasn't that the father's name?
You tell me.
Yeah, he said his name was something like Darius Fenn. I don't know. He came in here to talk to me a few times.
What's your name, my friend?
I don't know.
You don't know.
No.
Shit. I've got a million things going through my brain right now, like who this guy is. You don't know your name, my friend.
No.
Did you ever know it? Have you forgot it?
I've been here for as long as I can remember.
Yeah. Buff table out of character for a second. I feel like this guy's like something inside somebody's body, something else inside somebody's body, something very supernatural, something strange going on here. Well, I'm not going to voice that to him, but look, we're gonna get you out of here. Do you know where you're gonna go? Do you have people? Where are your people?
Like friends? I don't know. I've just been here.
For how long?
It's tough to say. They kept me bound weeks, months.
And you don't remember before that?
There is no before that.
Well, there is.
Not for me.
What was your first day?
I woke up on a table.
I thought maybe you did. Where was this table? In a police station?
Oh, I don't know. I woke up on a table and the father, Darius, was there. And there was someone else there that I couldn't see saying that their deal was complete.
Was there someone else that you couldn't see, a male voice or a female voice?
I don't know that I'd even considered that. It wasn't a voice. I just heard it, but in my head.
Have a little glance over at Jacob. See if there's any spark of recollection of what's going on here in his brain.
The more you're talking to this guy, the more you get the sense that he doesn't look exactly like the brother that you found. Close. The familial relationship is there. But again, if you had to guess...
Maybe a son?
It's almost like he looks like the father, but 20 years younger.
That's weird.
It'd be a clone.
Because the father's in his like 40s, mid 40s, early 50s, maybe.
Have they used the body of something to make a clone of the father? Is this the father cloned into this body? Is this a backup father? Dave, you're awfully quiet. You're the brain.
I'm not there. I'm over with the red hand. I mean, out of character. Aliens!
Aliens, aye, 100%.
They're going to transplant the father's brain into this young body. Aliens!
What are you thinking, Max? Jacob's over here. What are you thinking? What's going on?
I would say for him is kind of weird. He would say maybe we'll just turn him over to the Red Hand and see how they handle it, because they do have a hospital.
The deal.
If they want to do like.
The deal is done. What deal? Has this guy got a deal with the devil? A soul's been sold here?
Devil?
I don't know.
I don't know what you mean. Oh, that's if you're saying it out loud.
No, definitely not saying that.
Because he's just kind of standing. Oh, actually, no. Take a step back. Even if you're not saying it out loud, he responds to you. What do you mean, devil?
He can read my thoughts. In fact, I'm just going to think that. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say in my head, you can read my thoughts, can't you?
Thoughts? No, that's stupid. Nobody can do that.
When my lips aren't moving, I'm going to look at him directly in the face with my lips not moving and say, you can hear me, can't you?
So that stops him.
Like, as if he realizes now that I'm on to him.
No, he's like confused. He's like, I don't understand.
He didn't realize that he was doing it. He didn't realize he was telepathic.
Well, if he just became conscious a few weeks ago, and he's only had the experience since then what he considers normal is not what you consider normal.
But who is it in this man's body? Is it the aliens? Is it a backup data copy of the father? Is it the devil?
Are you speaking out of character right now, or are you thinking that?
I'm thinking it all, but this asshole can fucking hear me.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. So he's like, I don't.
Yeah, Jacob's looking at him.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't say anything.
I'm in my body. I don't know. What are you talking about?
But who are you? If you're so sure about who it is that's in your body, who are you in that body?
I don't know. Nobody ever called me anything. They just kept me here. I mean, I could hear them all talking, but nobody ever... Well, now I wonder if they were talking, but nobody ever talked about me.
Well, anyway, we're getting you out of here. Either way. So, I don't care who this is. I'm getting him out of here. This is a person, as far as I can tell. There's a person here. I don't know what alien creation he is, or what kind of clone he is, or what, but I'm going to save him the same as I save everybody else. That's what I do. I'm saving him. The devil and God are raging inside me. Anyway, I'm getting you out of here. I'll take his bindings off his hand and his feet. Help him stand up.
Okay. Yeah, he stands up unsteadily, and you can see him kind of working his legs a little bit, almost like standing and walking are still odd to him.
He's never done it before,
or hasn't had much opportunity to do it since he's been kept here.
Only God can judge. I'm getting him out of here.
You rescue him and everybody else. What's the plan?
I just
tell him to get out of here. Leave with all the people? Are you looking for anything here?
Well, I shall return and tell them that Blade and the Red Hand are looking into a booby-trapped pack of munitions. We should check and see whether the people we've rescued know where their original groups were. Because if they didn't have any original groups, then they should.
So that's a good question. Yeah.
You should consider asking them to join us, Charlemagne, because if you just release them out into the wild...
Oh no, yeah, Charlemagne's going to offer them all a home within our group. 100%. That goes without saying. Yeah. I'm going to offer them all a home in our group.
So if you take the time to... Sorry, go ahead.
And if Charlemagne tells him about the captive, then he suggests a good search to see whether the father kept any diary.
Ooh, okay.
So I think a solid search of the place.
We'll handle... Well, you want to search. You mentioned interviewing the prisoners. Is anybody going to handle that specifically, or are we focusing on searching?
Well, I'd leave that to Charlemagne. He's the people person.
Yeah, I'm going to be asking them if this is all their number, or if there's anyone else missing. Is the most important thing.
I will check Fallout because.
Okay.
Make sure he's okay.
So finally checking Fallout, I can tell you he does not appear to have any damage in his mouth from any burning or anything like that.
Good.
He's very happy to engage with you. He wags his tail and,
But he has been injured.
almost like he can...
I will use healer to bind his wounds.
He's not bleeding anywhere. He may have taken... I think he took a little bit of a thumping, but yeah, he's only down a couple of hit points, so
like
he's not actually wounded.
Yeah,
he's just,
bad.
Yeah. Yes. But he is a living creature, and so I will look after him.
Sure, yeah.
And then try and organize a search.
Okay, so who's going to be searching? That's what I want to know. Who's going to be searching? Who's going to be talking to people? Okay, so Jacob is going to search. Tim is organizing it, so Tim is going to search. Are you going to join the search, Brian, as Abigail, or are you going to help
if these
Charlemagne interview people?
If these NPCs,
she's going to help search.
If these NPCs join us, Kent's group are part of us at the moment, or likely to be part of us, so I think get them involved in the search as well. Okay, we may only get to roll as us, but we might get help from the NPCs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, let me get everybody to roll, except for Charlemagne, because he's going to be talking to folks. And you get a +1 bonus for the manpower assisting you.
Using Connect and my beacon of hope when I talk to people.
Is this on notice?
Yeah, it'll be notice. Notice I think is appropriate here. Intelligence, since you're actively, intently looking, or also wisdom is always fine. Just to represent just awareness.
And you said +1.
+1. That's good. That's not. That's a fail.
The hell? I know it's in a row.
Can somebody do a comrade on that?
Yes.
Yes, I'll do a comrade.
Yeah, we can comrade Abigail. Unlucky.
But not Jacob. But Abigail can roll again.
Aye. Oh wait, has Jacob not done it? Has Jacob done Abigail? No, she's not been done by me. She's not been done by me anyway.
I don't think she's been done by either of you. She's a monster in combat.
Yeah,
she doesn't need
reroll
rerolls.
that. That'll do it.
Okay, so
yes,
9.
come
Good.
on.
Okay.
That'll do.
All right, so I'm going to handle the interviews very quickly first because that's relatively easy. Over the next couple of hours, as you're all searching and Charlemagne is interviewing these people, or maybe not a couple of hours, but at least an hour or so. Charlemagne, you discover that all of these people are essentially, for lack of a better term, the last of their people.
Okay.
Their groups were taken. They were systematically used as a food source, and they are the ones who remain. So as far as they know, they have no people outside of this place.
Well, I'm going to be telling them, as we take off their bindings and everything, I'm going to be telling them, look, don't worry, we're a big group, we're a safe haven, we're a community, our numbers are growing, we're picking up all the good people of what's left of the world, and we're uniting together to try and restart something close to normality, and we have that. And now that we've got rid of this threat, a future is possible for us, and you're all welcome to join us. We wouldn't leave you.
So I think very easily all of them are. They certainly want to leave here, and they know that they can't survive alone. And as you're talking to them, unless you tell him not to, the man, I guess we can call him Fen for now, since he doesn't have a name.
Mystery Fen.
Because he looks like them, but he doesn't. He's like, I guess you can call me Fen. He follows you around, and you can see him. You can almost feel him responding to everybody's story and like listening to you talk to all the people and offer them a place. And it appears to move him significantly, and continues to the point where at probably about halfway through all the people, he's starting to cry as you engage with people, and it's deeply affecting him. For the rest of you, as you search, you find, so if you bother to search any of the bodies, obviously the Chuds have nothing on them except rags. The children, for the most part, have nothing on them except for very shoddy clothing, and their scrap clubs, essentially. Now, a few of the children, the ones that seem to have special abilities, they have more. They have wicked knives that are essentially just scrap knives, but look fairly well made if you have any interest in taking those. There were only, I think, 3 of those. But they also have on them, well, as do all of the other children, I suppose, several strips of dried meat, if you have any interest in that.
Nope. That'll be getting dropped.
Saying.
No.
The dog is not even eating
And
that.
I mean, if he was hungry, he might. It's meat.
Nope. That's getting drop kicked in a hole and buried and burned. And...
But anyway, so aside from that, these, I guess you can call them, I don't know, high priests of the father, if that. They seem to be better dressed. They are wearing shoes, for example, and they have a few bits and bobs on them, some pieces of scrap and things like that. If you were to take them, I mean, it's up to you. As you travel through the rest of the place, a lot of it is worthless. But in this train car back here, you find what was clearly like a living space of the father. Furs and heavy blankets piled up into a nice sleeping space. There is a journal.
Oh. Take it.
If you want to take that.
Someone take it.
Okay, so that's something I'll have to prepare for our final session. I'll
Okay.
have a handout for you for the journal. In addition to that, so who exactly, just going to throw this out there, is going into that final train car to look through it?
Abigail will.
Tim will.
How about
And
Jacob?
I will suggest
help.
that we check for booby traps.
Mhm.
Well, I got
Okay.
fixed skill, so if I need to disable
So
anything.
you can do that. That's no problem. However, when you enter, Jacob. Yep. Jacob, you're going to need to make a mental save for me.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Because Jacob hasn't seen this before, but Kang and Charlemagne have. In
Oh,
the
no.
father's train car are...
I'm good.
Okay. Well, you're still going to take a point of stress.
Yeah.
Because in the father's train car, there are several skinning
Bodies?
racks, is the
Oof.
best way to put it.
Hmm.
With skins that have been stretched and flattened, and they're in process of being processed. Each of these skins appears to be missing its right leg off of the skin, and they're in fact discarded to the side as smaller skins. But you can tell relatively quickly that these are human skins because most animals don't have tattoos on them in various places, like on the arm or the bicep.
At the tattoo museum in Amsterdam, they've actually got a person's skin up on the wall, like a whole bodysuit from a person. It's pretty awesome. It's quite macabre, but it's also very awesome.
Oh yeah.
When I see this, I shall try and suggest to Abigail that this isn't something a lady should see.
It's Abigail.
She probably
Abigail and Tim are fine. If I recall correctly, Abigail also has cold blood at this point. So...
Yes, she does.
She does.
Yeah. So Abigail and Tim are fine.
She may well, but I will still suggest it's not something a lady should
Fair
have
enough.
to see.
Fair enough.
I like throughout everything, you're still trying to be chivalrous, Tim. Charlemagne loves that, actually.
Okay, so you do find his journal, so you'll be able to go over that next time. In the other train car, there are some supplies and stuff, but not in the survival realm. Essentially, if you are all going to take time to loot this place, and if we were going to continue the campaign further in this time period, and I'll leave that idea hanging, but if we were going to continue in this time period, which we might continue, but not in this time period, there would be a significant amount of junk, basically scrap, for you to collect, but no food or anything like that. You know what all the food is. It's human meat. I know we haven't said it yet.
Yeah, thanks for fucking saying it. Yeah, we all know it's human meat.
So
we do have supplies with us. So once we're out of this place, we will feed these people.
Feed all these people real.
Well, and you're not terribly far, at least from the auto repair shop, right? So
we can go without food for a day.
Yeah, like none of them look like they're going to die immediately, but just with the stuff that you have on you, you can definitely give them
a
boost of energy.
We've got plenty. Yeah. I've got a few days worth just
so. And I don't think it's even going to take you that long to get back. So you've already. Oh well, you haven't scouted that hex, so that'll take a shift to get through.
And these people haven't, been able to get.
But then it'll be a half shift.
Yeah.
And a half. Yeah. Oh no. So one shift, then half shift. So yeah, if you push it, you'll make it back tomorrow. And then you'll be able to feed everybody, right? Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, and then there's the munitions crate, and when you come back into that main train, you actually discover there are several munitions crates that the Red Hand are collecting, and Blade has set guard around them. When any of you enter that other train, Blade will approach you and be like, "Hey, this has been fantastic. Hopefully I'll be able to work with you all again. You all really know what you're doing. But we can take things from here. So don't wait for us," is what I'm saying.
Okay. You sure you'll be able to disarm those booby traps safely?
Oh yeah, well I've already got the one done, and I think all the rest are similarly set up. So now that I've got the one, I should be able to figure out the rest. Did you ever find like where the explosives are for the rest of the these aren't set to a dead man switch?
Not looked for those yet, but
okay.
The main focus was getting those people out of those rooms.
Oh sure, yeah, the people, sure.
He has his orders.
He does.
Charlemagne gives us ours. As far as he's concerned, people are more important than explosives.
100%. They can keep munitions.
I didn't even ask him, and I already knew.
Who knows what it is? It just says munitions. You don't know if it's explosives specifically, but you're sure that some of it probably is. Yeah, so I mean, that being said, I mean, we're rolling up on 5 o'clock. I don't have a lot more for you today. So I think what we'll plan for next session is I'm going to prep some journals for the father so that you guys can engage with that. We'll handle travel back to the auto repair shop, which you will do without Blade's people because they have their own mission to complete.
Clearly.
Are you going to try to find the explosives that this place is rigged with, or are you just going to leave them and leave?
I think if we can get out, and I think if we can empty the place, we can get out, and then we just let
And
it
then blow it?
and then just blow it.
Yeah, I mean, keep the
Okay.
chuds or whatever down there.
Yeah, and
Right.
just to fucking destroy the whole place and any memory of what that horrible man has done down there. Just to bury it, this man's.
I'm sorry, you mustn't forget that. That just shows the depths that people can sink to, and we've got to be prepared to fight. Don't forget it. Leave it as a memory. But those explosives could be useful. If we're heading north to the equator, and we come across fallen trees, debris, etc. in the way, we're going to need to clear it, and those explosives could be
Oh, in
useful.
the road. That's a really good point.
You make a good point. As always, Tim. As always, you're right.
I'm not saying I'm any good at using explosives, but
What about
I'm
what
sure
about
I'm
what
sure
about
we can find people who can.
what about we take all these people out of the underground space that's rigged up to explode first, and then one or two of us come back to find the explosives?
I would suggest that we all take them all to the junction. We stop there for the night and feed them a meal, and then tomorrow we head north.
Well, just for, for the rest of today, there is one area you guys haven't checked yet. And that's this over here.
Oh,
Sorry, which over here?
I didn't notice that. Yeah, there's a little door there. Look, something half buried there.
Yeah. That still
Okay.
needs that would be checked as part of the overall search. Is there
Yeah.
anything of
Okay,
interest?
so there is. So as you open, as you approach, you discover that the door is really just some corrugated metal and wood that have been just kind of used to block up this space. It looks like rubble, but there is a space behind it. And as you kind of squeeze your way into that small room that used to be an elevator, what you find inside is a small tactical nuke
Ooh.
that has a receiver attached to it.
Dead man switch.
Yes.
Huh.
I don't
shit.
think there's any way we'll hide that from Blade.
Well, that's a good question. He hasn't.
I shall.
He asked you if you found what the dead man switch was attached to.
Exactly. I shall squeeze out and go over to Blade and said, "Were you looking for a tac nuke?"
Attack nuke? No, we're just here for these.
Ah. There's a tac nuke with the dead man's switch hooked up to it by the sound of it. Over there.
Okay. What do you want me to do about it?
Well, I'm just saying, might be a good idea to say thank you to John for kind of grabbing hold of that dead man's switch before the father could release it.
Oh well,
Just
I mean,
saying.
I was picturing ceilings lined with C4, not a tactical nuke. Like that's insane. Where do you think he got that? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. We got what we came for. We routed the father. We got the munitions that he stole from us. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want to do with the nuke. That's not my. I'm not even gonna. I didn't even hear you say anything about a tactical nuke. That's none of my business.
I'm sorry.
I say we bury.
There's been enough destruction of this. If you're any good at bomb disposal, any way to remove the explosives from that?
I mean, we got people, but like, are you sure you want me to tell the old man about this?
No, That's why I'm saying, would you be able to remove the explosives from it?
No, man. I'm not a nuclear technician. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm here for some crates.
Fine.
I'd say we
fine.
could always just bury it.
I'd
Throw a bunch of shit on it.
I suggest we just carry loads and loads of rubble over and block the door up.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will let you guys think about what you want to do with the tactical nuke for next session.
I'd say we kind of remove the disconnect the.
I mean, you could do that and probably bury it, but like that'll take some rolls. If you want to disconnect it, you could do that now. We need some fixed rolls though.
That'd be me.
Okay.
No pressure,
Well-
Max.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a-
Okay.
Just a casual nuke.
Well,
I know, right?
To be
we
fair, it's
we
only a
might
tactical
need-
nuke.
we might not need episode 20.
There may not
We might
be,
not.
yeah, depending on Max's rules here,
Well,
there may not be an
Yeah.
episode
Can I
20.
get one of those guys to assist me?
Do any of them have fix?
Wait! I should do it because of my Survivor's Fortune, the one where I can re-roll if something bad happens to me. If I fail that, I can re-roll it.
That's true, but you don't have fix, so you
I
can't
don't
do
have
it.
fix though. Fuck.
So nobody has fix other than Jacob?
Jacob could just tell me
Nope.
what to do. He could stand over my shoulder.
Okay, so it's on Jacob. Here's the thing.
Yeah, it is.
These are the stakes. It's not a terribly difficult roll. If you fail at the roll, though, you will set off the nuke. So
What I will suggest is that we get the survivors out, and that Charlemagne and Abigail and everybody get ready to escort them away at the exit of the tunnel, and then Jacob and I will attempt to deal with the nuke.
I
We'll have
think
to let
now
Blade and company leave as well first.
talking.
So tell you what,
talking
we'll
tactics for a second. I think
No, next
Jacob
week.
yeah.
Jacob assists Tim doing it because Jacob can give Tim a reroll, but he can't give himself a reroll.
Tim
But
doesn't have fix.
Tim doesn't have fix.
Fuck.
Nope.
Well, somebody might gain a level and put some points in it. We don't know. So
I'm really
let's,
close
All
to a
right, here we
level.
go.
let's push that off for next week.
Okay.
Don't roll.
I was gonna roll it.
Nah,
We're gonna push
nah.
it. That'll be where we start next week. We're
I
gonna
think I'm
assume that you get everybody out.
I think I'm about to level
We'll
up,
figure
Max.
out who's going to deal with it. But yeah, so we'll call that the end of the session today. Let's do our level ups.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do experience.
We'll
We
do
might do
experience.
actual level ups off.
Yeah,
Video.
I think so. Because Max's
Okay,
little
so
surprise in
experience.
this session from his level up last time, that was well. I loved the way he pulled that out. I would like to have a nice wee surprise up my sleeve for next session.
So experience. You played. That's 1 point. You did not explore a new location. So no points there. You did survive a dangerous encounter, and in fact, I'm going to call it a significantly dangerous encounter. So you're getting 2 points from the entire combat. And I'm going to say, killing the father was a culmination of a storyline. So we're going to add a fourth point on for that. So everybody gets 4 points of experience.
God, I didn't level up. I'm at 23.
I think I might. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm still level 6. What's level 7? How many XP is level 7?
27, I think, is 7, right?
No, I've got 32
No.
XP.
I'm at
Oh,
6
no.
now, and I'm at 31.
I've got 32.
I'm
and
level
still
6 and I've got 37.
So
Oh.
nobody leveled. Okay.
Wow.
It's probably like
No,
40
somewhere in-
something. It's probably like 40 something.
No level
Level 7 is 39 at fast leveling, which is what we're doing. So some of
Tim's
you are
damn
close,
close.
but you're not quite there. So we'll figure out what to do with the nuke and everything else next session. You might not want to deal with it at all. You could always just bury it, right? Like, that's an option.
Definitely saving that for the final session, though.
But yeah, we'll save that for the final session. Yeah, I think that's it for today. We will wrap up this season of Ashes Without Number in session 20 in 2 weeks.
Amazing. Thank you, Brian. That was a really, really, really awesome session. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, David.
yeah.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Max. It was a real pleasure to play
Thank
with
you
you
very
boys as
much.
always. This campaign has been fantastic to play with you. I'm very excited for the last session in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Viewers, stay tuned to see what happens with the nuke and how we're going to finish this campaign. Session 20 in 2 weeks' time, only on RxOliver on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Good night.